What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? Day two of party week, and unless I miss something, unless I miss something, the Knicks hadn't done anything. I'm just gonna go through and check some stuff really quick. What's up, peoples? What's up, peoples? What's good with y'all? Sorry about running a little late. Um, was working on some stuff for the channel. Summer Singh is in the building. What's good, Summer Singh? Hey, trying to work on bringing some more people onto the show. Joe Madden, what's good? Joe Madden, what's good, bro? I appreciate what people put in the comment boxes. Michael Jones is in the building. What's good? What's good? Working on some stuff, man. The cool thing about bringing guests onto your channel is that you get the opportunity to kind of mingle with and conversate with somebody you've admired from a distance. You know what I mean? Like you've admired their work from a distance. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. One of the frustrating things, though, is that for some people, for some of the people that I can bring on, a lot of them don't know me. Just put it right in here, I appreciate it. Thank you. Like a lot of the people don't know me. I know a lot of people, but some of the people that are relevant to our conversations, it's one of those deals where, you got to kind of get to know them. They want to fill you out, make sure you're not a troll or, or a weirdo or something. It's like go through this person and that person. And then it's like, Daniel Lewis was good. So I'm going through some of that with some of the people. Some of the people, I mean, some of the people I can have on, is just not Knicks related. You know what I mean? Like I don't know a lot of New York Knicks, don't know a lot of NBA players. So in terms of we're doing here, hey, Tribero Gigolo's in the building. It was good. It was good, bro. So I know a lot of, not a lot of personalities, but I can have some people on. But in terms of what we're looking to do here, it's just a process. Let's just put it that way. So you have to, go through these things. They want to talk to you a little bit, find out what you want from them, and all that stuff. So eventually, I plan on having some people on. The two people, my preferred people to have on this show are John Starks and Raymond Felton. Right, those are my two people that I prefer. Ted was good. I prefer to have those two people on for a couple of reasons, right? A couple of different reasons. The reason number one is for Starks is that he's made a tremendous impact on the Knicks history, right? So as far as things in common, I don't have things in common with Starks, right? But in terms of what he meant to the organization, he's done a lot of things for the organization, right? A lot of memories. I feel like, and plus he's my favorite player. He's my favorite Knicks player, all time. Barely nosing out Michael Ray Richardson and Clyde Frazier, right? Ray Felton is from my area, like where I live. You know what I'm saying? So I can talk to him about. So we have some things in common. So, I want to kind of get him on, because I feel like we can talk to him in like that homeboy sense. I just gotta. I know some people that know him, but I just don't have a relationship with him. Eventually, though, you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to reach out to him right now. Ray, come on the show, Ray. Ray, don't act like that, Ray. I'm just a little guy. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Come on the show. So I just wanted to say that, man. I'm just running behind. I may be babbling on and on, but I just wanted to just let y'all know that, this thing, Knicks at Night, is important to me because it seems to be important to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the fact that y'all invest so much, man, y'all are like here on time, people asking questions, you know what I'm saying? People submitting logos. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I mean, people legit come on and you know what I'm saying, want to legit invest in this thing and grow it. And I wanted to grow also. I just threw the link in the chat, man. If y'all want to come on, jump on in. Y'all know the door is always welcome. Y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to. The other night we got to about 6 people, and it kind of the audio got a little dicey. So I'm gonna try to keep it to about 4 people, maybe 5 tops, depending on how the audio goes. But yeah, yeah, the Harry Carson thing was dope, man. I see you saying, yeah, the Harry Carson interview was a lot doper than what I thought. I mean, Harry Carson came right into the chat and was like, Uncle Freezy, and I was like, yo. So I mean, yeah, man, I like Pops, man. I think Pops is a cool dude, and he looks like he enjoyed that interview too. You know what I'm saying? If y'all saw the interview, if you haven't, check the interview. I mean, because my man legit seemed like he had a really good time. And when I was winding down, it was like, he was looking at me like, man, we going already? What's up, Joe Madden?
What's happening, buddy? How you doing?
Hey, man. I'm Gucci, bro.
Yeah, that's good. Quiet day today. Nothing really happening.
Yeah, man. I'm frustrated by that, though.
Yeah, to me, I expected it. Whatever with Russell Westbrook, they're going to try and do it. If they're going to do anything, it'll be after the draft.
You think so?
Yeah, because if they traded for Westbrook and then LaMelo Ball or Killian Hayes or somebody falls to them, they kind of want to see if they do get a point guard, then they're not going to go after him. But if they don't, I think then they'll make a pursue. But the Knicks just got to sit back and relax and let Houston come to them, because I think the Knicks and the Hornets are really the only options they have. But we'll see what happens. If we don't get them, it's up to the front office.
Right.
Let's see what they can do, and hopefully, we trust Leon Rose and we trust Worldwide Rest to make the good decisions. So Either way, tomorrow's a big day for us with the draft and whatever trades. Hopefully, we see Julius Randle moved for another pick.
Yeah,
I like to see that happen.
Personally, I'm gonna be all over the place. Like, I'm gonna be all over the Knicks content creators spaces. Like, I got a lot of invites to do a lot of stuff.
Oh, so nice.
Around. But in terms of what we do Knicks at Night, I'm gonna be right here and on time.
Yeah,
and then we can recap everything that happened during the day. We can take our time and just chop it up with no pressure.
We're gonna have a good week. The next couple of nights is gonna be crazy. At least every day we might have something to talk about. Especially tomorrow night. Tomorrow night will be fun when the draft's over and kind of see everyone's perspective on who we pick. It's gonna be crazy because we have a lot of options. If we stay at 8, we have a lot of options, so it's good.
Right.
So
no doubt.
Honestly, I don't know who they're gonna pick. It could be a shock. It could be something no one expected. Well, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Finally, after 6-7 months of waiting.
Yes, man.
Yeah, I can't watch any more footage of like Killian Hayes or any, because that's what I've been doing. And I'm not working due to the COVID, so I've been watching a lot of videos and scouting a lot of guys and stuff, and just seeing who's good fits.
And it's not just waiting; it's anticipatory waiting.
Yeah.
Like in January, we knew we were trash back in January. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like, we knew we were basically waiting on this since before the season started. We knew we weren't going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I
You know
I
what I
had
mean?
I had higher expectations for the team. I'm not gonna lie, but it just didn't work out. And the problem it didn't work out was because we had no spacing. If RJ
Right.
had spacing, the team might have got an extra couple of wins. But hopefully, worst case scenario, they bring the same team back, which to me doesn't make any sense. Running it back, it's just going to
Right.
be the same results. But I
Right.
think. I think they might keep Reggie Bullock and Taj Gibson, especially Taj Gibson, because he's such a good veteran to have in the locker room.
Right.
And then we'll see what else they get. I'm not expecting anything big, but since it's been quiet, usually when it's quiet, something's happening. Something's
Right.
going to go down when it's quiet because they're doing business.
Right.
So it'll be
Well,
interesting to see if we trade up, we trade down, and if we stay where we are. It'll be good. I'm looking forward to it.
right. Hey, so to your point, I think you made a couple of points that I wanted to touch back on, just to go back to. Um the first one is running it back. I think and I know you said it. I just want to just clear up some stuff. So
Yeah.
the running it back thing to me is a bad idea because we didn't see any bright spots in that team to start with.
Yeah.
If it was a situation where we're running it back because we showed a lot of good signs, but caught some bad luck, like a lot of injuries or something like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
then I could see maybe trying to run it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like say for instance, if we did some things that were good, and then say two bad injuries knocked us off kilter, we can say, hey, listen, we were building something last year. Let's run it back and see if we can catch a good break this time. I could see that.
And see what the team was, it wasn't well coached. That's the thing. If you run that team back with Thibodeau, you might get a couple of more wins. But I see maybe them bring in like Bobby Portis back because he can trust the floor. Obviously, they're going to decline his option and try and get him cheaper. Give him maybe like 8 or 9 mil. The same with Taj Gibson. I don't think they're going to keep him for 10 million. I think they might bring him back another year or two for 5. I heard I was watching, I don't know if you watch Knicks Fan TV. They had Ian Begley on, and he said something about possibility that a lot of people in the Knicks front office like Marcus Morris and want to bring him back.
Right.
To me, I'd like that. It'd be interesting to see Marcus Morris back because he was very good with the young players and he was excellent last year until he got traded. And obviously his numbers went down when he went to the Clippers because he was like the 4th option. But with the Knicks, if you get, to me, it's just get a point guard in and get 1 or 2 vets in. Don't have to go crazy. I think the Knicks might try and hold on for next year because it's a deeper draft and it's a deeper free agency. Right. So I don't know, but I know Tibbs wants to win now.
Right.
Tibbs come out and said he wants to be competitive. I don't know if that's like a playoff push or just try and win more games.
Right. So. Hey, but you know what though? The thing with Marcus Morris is with me, I wasn't really a big fan of what he brought to the table.
Yeah.
And it's because of the circumstance, right? It's because I believe bringing in Marcus Morris on a 1-year contract forced him to boost his profile so that when he
for more money.
Yeah. So he did certain things here last season that forced that were not specifically team friendly. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, he was taking a lot of shots. Him and Randall were kind of the 1 and 2 option, which kind of took away from RJ. And that's what I noticed was RJ started getting better and his numbers were getting better after Mook was traded.
Right.
So I don't know I don't want to have Mook back with Randall. If we move on from Randall, then I'll take Mook Morris back to play at the 4 because I think he's a good stretch 4. But I don't know. I like his brother too, Markieff. Markieff's good. Not as good as a shooter, but I think he's a better all around defender.
Right. I like his rebounding better.
Yeah,
I think
he looked good.
More of a natural power forward too than Marcus. Marcus may be like a 3-4. I think Markieff is definitely a 4. You know what I'm saying?
He's a tweener. Markeith can play the 3, but it's most of the time he plays the 4. But both of them can swap good position. And I heard someone make a joke then about bringing the 2 of them in, and I'm like, oh god.
I wouldn't mind.
One starts, one on the bench.
I wouldn't mind it because the other night when we were talking about we were complaining about the Knicks not putting out information, all these rumors and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And when I talked about, well, what would the solution be? My solution was to bring in 4 3-and-D players to play perimeter.
Yeah.
With Mitch and RJ and a point guard. So I wouldn't mind having the Morris twins, Jay Crowder, and a Damari Carroll rotation. You know what I'm saying?
Is Damari Carroll a free agent, or is he still under contract with Houston?
I think he is a free agent. And I think he'd be easily attainable if he were not. I'm certain he's a free agent. But if he's not, I think he's easily attainable. I think you can send Wayne Ellington in exchange for Damari Carroll, and they would do it.
Yeah. See, that's another thing I'm interested to see, because them guys have to be waived by, I think, the 19th to the 20th. So I wonder whether the Knicks be smart and try and go to a team that wants to dump salary and be like, look, you give us a bad contract, we'll give you this aspiring, but you have to throw in a pick. I think that's where they're going to try, and I think their best option is with Minnesota. Giving them Randall and expiring contracts and taking back the 17 pick and James Johnson. And we only have James Johnson for 1 year. He's on $16 million for 1 year.
I saw that earlier.
So that's something I'd be interested in. And then I'd take Sadiq Bey up at that spot. See, there's a lot of options. That's the good thing this year is we have cap space in a year where a lot of teams are strapped for cash after COVID. Right. And then not having as much money. That's why I think Houston are going to have to give up literally Westbrook on the cheap, because they can't afford to have his contract. Plus, he's disgruntled because I know their owner, I think, runs a chain of restaurants, and he got affected by a lot of money with the restaurants and stuff being closed. Right. So, and then you look at the Harden situation. They're going to keep on to Harden. They're not going to trade him. They told Brooklyn they want Kyrie Irving in the deal.
Yeah,
because they're not going to take Spencer Dinwiddie, Harris, and a couple of maybe LeVert and a couple of picks. Like, that's not enough for Harden.
No, that's not. No,
I seen one too. Was when Kobe got traded. Bus, the owner, told Kobe, he goes, "You're a 5-carat diamond. I'm not trading you for four 1-carat diamonds."
Right.
So it doesn't make sense. You have to get value. Like, I think that's what we screwed up with Porzingis. Was the year before Porzingis was traded, we had a better offer from Boston and they turned it down. So then they settled for 2 picks.
Right.
So the Knicks going to start. I think we're going to see a lot of movement tomorrow. I think Randall's going to be moved tomorrow, and they're going to try and move at least 2 of the expiring contracts for picks. They might trade up. I don't know what they're going to do, because they're not the Knicks. For once, the Knicks front office isn't talking. Right. So that's a good sign that they might trade up. They could trade back. They could stay where they are. They could move 27 and somebody to move up. There's options. So tomorrow's going to be interesting.
What do you think about the Knicks acquiring Kyle Kuzma from the Lakers?
He's young. He has upside. He hasn't shown it yet, but I can't blame him, because he's like coming off the bench. He's not going to touch the ball as much when you have LeBron and AD. Right. I think if he goes into the situation where he can be used more, I would try him. But where would you put him? Would you put him at the 3 or the 4?
The 4,
because he's kind of a tweener.
Yeah, I'd put him on. I'll put him on the wing. He just
he can shoot. He just needs work. Everyone thought he was going to be a star or decent when LeBron didn't trade him to the Pelicans for Davis. They thought, okay, he's going to be the young guy that's going to stick. And it hasn't worked out, and he wants a big contract. That's what scares me, trading for him and then him asking for like $15 million, but he's not worth it. Because that's the problem he has with the Lakers. He's like, it's time for me to get a big extension and get paid. And the Lakers don't have the money to do it.
Right.
Because they're going to have to on the 19th, they like his AD opted out of his player option, so they're going to re-sign him for more money.
Right.
And then they're just after spending money after getting $18 million in with Dennis Schroeder. So it's going to be interesting. I would like Kyle Kuzma, but depends on the price. Like, I don't know what I give up, because definitely not the 8th pick. Maybe
say that one more time. Say that one more time.
I'm not sure what Kyle Kuzma. I'm like, he's a nice young player, but how much do the Lakers want? Like, what do we have to give up for him?
Mm.
And I'm saying I don't even know what I give up the 27th pick. I think that's a little bit more valuable with him, especially like this is a deep draft towards the end of the draft. There's a lot of good role players.
I would say for Kyle Kuzma, I would give the Lakers the 38th pick and either Frank Ntilikina or Reggie Bullock.
Ooh, that's not actually a bad idea. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, see, I'm not high on Frank. Frank's just going to be a backup point guard. I have more hopes for Knox, but Frank, I think, is at enough. I think Frank. I'd probably move Frank for Kuzma, because it's a young player for a young player, and Kuzma's proven a little bit more than Frank has, and we need a stretch four, and he can stretch the floor.
Right, and the Lakers need backcourt depth.
Yeah, so they could have Frank come off the bench behind
Frank
Schroeder, or
yeah.
And I don't know what they're going to do with Rondo, or I wonder if the Lakers are going to re-sign Rondo. I don't know. That's going to be interesting, but I think he wants to get paid. And if I'm the Knicks, I wouldn't mind giving him $15 million for 1 year.
That's a good point,
right?
That's a good point.
Just if that's the thing is, if we don't get a point guard, or if the Westbrook thing doesn't happen, because I'm not holding out. Like we've heard gone through this shit before, where you have, this guy's coming to the Knicks, this guy's coming to the Knicks, and nobody comes. So, like, I think this is a good sign that the Knicks are saying we're not giving up assets for Westbrook. That's a good sign, because the old Knicks would have been like, all right, here's 2 first-round picks.
Right.
But at least now it's a sign. It's like,
the old school Knicks would have started with 2 first-round picks.
Oh yeah, the way you give 2 first-round picks, and they probably would have threw RJ in with it too, or something. But now this regime is like, but Knicks have all the leverage. Houston are going to try and shop him, and then it wouldn't surprise me if they move him in the middle of the season, because they're going to try and get assets for him. But then when they realize they can't get assets, it's just a salary dump. And to me, that's the best salary dump in probably the history of basketball. When you think you get like an MVP and an all-star player as a salary dump, it's crazy.
Right.
That big contract is the one thing that worries me, is knowing the Knicks' luck. Westbrook's going to get injured halfway through the season, and then him like. And did you guys see? Was it Washington offering to trade John Wall for Westbrook? That to me is ridiculous. You're literally just swapping bad contracts.
So if you're Houston, would you even entertain that? If you're Houston, do you say what the Knicks are giving me is not enough? Let me take the gamble on John Wall's contract.
Nah, because John Wall's contract is worse than Westbrook's, and then plus John Wall's just after coming off an ACL injury. I think it was his ACL, right? Achilles. So, and then he's John Wall's done. An Achilles injury is bad for someone that his game is wrapped around their athleticism. He's done. That's the same that's the only thing that I'd be worried about Westbrook, is him getting hurt and then us stuck with him for 2 years, because if he gets hurt again, his athleticism, that's what he's based off. And then he has no shooting game. So if his athleticism's gone, he's useless because he can't shoot. So that's the one thing I'm worried about. But I take the chance. If it means it's a salary dump, definitely take the chance. You don't pass up. It's basically being given an all-star for free, and you don't pass up on that.
So if you're the Knicks, you take John Wall. You take John Wall to the Knicks.
No. I don't. I want nothing to do with John Wall. He can stay in Washington. No, but
hell no.
What about if they offer you a draft pick?
No, they'd have to give me 5 first-round picks, so I'm taking John Wall on. He's on $48 million over the next 3 years, nearly $50 million, and the guy is just after coming off an Achilles injury. No, I'm good.
Right.
I'm good. I'm good.
And then you have to add in the rust factor. Like, how rusty is John Wall? Let alone not just health alone, not just help being healthy, but rusty. You know what I'm saying? Because this dude hadn't
Yeah,
played in years. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
He's going to be the same as Victor Oladipo when he come back. He's going to average 12 or 13 points, and then the Washington fans are going to want to trade him. But that's an untradeable contract.
Right.
Even on his last year, you're not going to trade that because that's that's $47 million. Like, who's going to have the cap space? Like, we could do it, but you're going to have to give me 4 or 5 first-round picks for that thing. Yep. Westbrook's different because Westbrook had one of his best seasons of his career this year past, except the playoffs. But you can't blame him for the playoffs because he had a foot injury and then he had the coronavirus. Mm-hmm. So you have to give him a pass on the playoffs. But I take a chance on Westbrook to get us winning. But then if they're not willing to do a salary dump, if they want picks or assets, I'm out. I'm not giving up one pick. I'm not giving up one young player. I'm giving up Randall.
I agree about not giving up a draft pick for John Wall. I agree with you. I was just wondering, KD coming off an Achilles situation too. So I don't know if it's what's the risk, if it's worth the risk or not worth the risk, if there's a draft pick.
See what KD is. KD can shoot. KD doesn't rely on his athleticism. He can shoot and move outside. John Wall is strictly go to the rim, dunk, layups, like his athleticism. And once that injury comes, he's no good. KD, and I've apparently seen videos that KD looks better than ever. That he's had like a year or so or more to fix that injury.
I heard the same about John Wall, just to be honest with you. I heard the same thing about John Wall.
John Wall hasn't played in 2 years.
Right.
It's been 2 years or 1 year?
2 years.
I think it's been 2 years. So I think he should be okay. I'm gonna guess, but I'm gonna guess he's gonna be healthy in his second after because he's been gone for 2 years.
Yeah, but once more, if that injury happens again, he's done, and then you don't want to be stuck with that contract for 3 years. Like Westbrook,
I can't argue with you on that one. You make some good points. I'm not gonna argue.
Yeah, see, if you take Westbrook in, and he has 3 years left of his contract, you would hold on to him for 2 years, and then on the last year of his contract, he accepts his player option. You can trade him to a contender on his last year. He'll have a little bit of value, especially if he comes to the Knicks and starts putting up triple doubles.
Right,
his value will go up. So then you could trade him and get a pick. Or some young assets or something if Westbrook keeps doing what he's doing. Now there's no leverage with Houston because he wants out. They know Harden wants out, and Houston don't want to be stuck with the money, so they're going to have to basically give him up for nothing. I think if we give them like Randall, DSG, and Bobby Portis, and maybe Wayne Ellington or someone, they'll take that deal because it's a salary dump. They get a productive player in Randall that'll work well with them for a year, and then his contract's up, and then you could waive Bullock or Ellington or whoever, and he has DSJ. DSJ is still young.
So I don't like to bring I bring it up another day before, but I'm just gonna bring it up today. George Hill just got traded as well as Bledsoe. Do you make a move on those players if you can't make on?
Nah, they're not working. No, if you're gonna trade, you're gonna trade for someone with like an all-star, close to an all-star caliber player. You can get a
picks anyway, right? I mean, we don't want to trade picks,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You're not gonna have to trade picks for Westbrook. Hill, I don't think so. But why try and trade for a guy that you can get the same type of player in free agency? You can get any of those. You can get any of those guys that put up 10 points and five.
That's
assists.
A great question. I don't know who's in free agency right now. I really don't know.
Van Vliet, but I think Van Vliet's going back to Toronto.
Yeah, so
he's not going. Especially, and you know what might hurt the Knicks now too is if Giannis signs his extension. Then Miami and Toronto and the teams that wanted Giannis, then they're gonna try and get other guys, the second tier guys that we want to get.
I mean, I hear that George Hill is a decent backup point guard.
Yeah, but I don't want a backup point guard. You want a starting caliber, like it's Westbrook or somebody in the draft or someone. I need someone to run an offense.
Right, but you also want Killian Hayes. Is what I'm trying to say. You also
Yeah.
want Killian Hayes.
Oh,
So,
I
so
how are
you gonna do the Killian Hayes situation? Who's gonna back him up?
back him up. We
Or
still
who's
have
gonna be the veteran? Who's
you
gonna be the
have
veteran?
Frank can back him up,
I don't know. I mean,
and they get them
let's
two would
talk
work
about
together
maybe
well.
Frank Kuzma.
They play with the French national team together. Like the two of
I
them
just
is,
think
and then like Killian to me has. I said this on Sim's podcast earlier. When we're talking about the draft, I
Mhm.
told Sim I was look. I see Killian Hayes being a better fit and a better player for the Knicks than Anthony Edwards. To me, Anthony
Right.
Edwards is high upside but a low floor. Killian to me has a high floor and a high ceiling.
Right.
But
I'm with you.
you need to give him time. You're not going to be like, oh, after 1 year, being like, oh, trade him like we do with Frank.
No, I
You're going to
agree.
have to give him 2 or 3 years.
And that's why I want somebody with some. I mean, we can't have a Chris Paul, but we could maybe have a Bledsoe or a George Hill that for this 1 year.
Nah, look, you could, yeah, but you're going to have to trade.
I mean, who else we're gonna put in the? I mean, I'm not. I have concerns that Frank is gonna be here if they're having Kuzma.
See, the thing is, whatever. If we draft a young point guard, he's not going to start this year, especially with the quick turnaround. You can't expect a rookie to come in and start running an offense a month after being drafted. So what you're going to want to do is get a young, maybe keep Alfred Payton or somebody, start them at the point guard, or Westbrook if we can get them, put them at the point guard, and if Killian shows improvement, then at the deadline you trade them, you put Killian in. Like there's what's the guy with the Magic?
Or you can keep them. I mean, the season's only going to be 72 games.
Yeah, or you keep Are they doing a deadline this year? Because then usually the deadline is in February. Because the deadline's usually in February. So we're in November, so you're thinking 2 months, and there's a trade deadline.
No, it wouldn't. It'll probably the deadline probably be in March.
I don't think they might even do a deadline. I think they might just lift it.
Here's my thing about Kuzma. It's gonna be hard to trade Kuzma for what's this guy's name for Randall because the salary. You know, you have to remember that LeBron James has a big salary. Anthony Davis has a big salary.
I would,
and Dennis Schroeder has a big relatively big salary. So I don't know those right now. They want to keep if they're gonna trade Kuzma, it's gonna have to be somebody similar to his salary.
I wouldn't trade. I'd use Randall on a different deal. I wouldn't give him. So Randall already played with the Lakers and he hated it.
Right.
They traded him then to Pelicans.
Right.
But Randall, I wouldn't use Randall in that deal. I'd use Frank or DSJ and maybe a late, like a 2 second-round picks or something for Kuzma.
I agree.
Because the problem with Kuzma is he's asking for big money. And the Lakers don't want to give it to him. So if we trade for him, then we might have to give it to him, or we have to trade him again. It all depends how he plays. But the thing is, his numbers dropped because AD and LeBron were there. He was like a fourth option. You put him with the Knicks and say RJ's your number one, and you could put like Kuzma your number two. He'll do a lot better.
You had a good point.
Like, look at what I was laughing at, like about Marcus Morris. We made him look like an all-star before he was traded, and then he put no numbers up with the Clippers because with the Knicks he was the number one option.
Mm-hmm.
That's the advantage about bringing guys in, make them look like an all-star, and then trade them for a late first-round pick. That's what we need to keep doing. Taking someone in on a $15-16 million deal that has upside.
That's a lot of fans want to do that. That's more people are trying to.
Buy low. Give that's what I was thinking about. If we try and get Andrew Wiggins, Knicks fans are saying no. I was like, you bring Andrew Wiggins in, you make him the number one option, you build up his stock, and you can trade him for 2 first-round picks.
So Simma's saying is trolling me, asking me who the Bears quarterback is this week. Man, I don't know.
Oh shit, yeah, because you have to put Trubisky back in. Foles is out, right?
Right. Well, Foles.
That was a bad pick. I knew once I seen you guys traded up one spot to go and get Mitch, and no. I thought he's a decent college player. He's not an NFL quarterback.
No, he's not.
So, like, what are you guys going to do? Are you guys going to try and move up and get like Justin Fields or somebody in the draft, or he's going to stick with Foles?
Well, let me answer this first thing first. The one you said about Mook Morris and that caliber guy. When you mentioned that to God of Moses and Elijah, I think that's the reason why a lot of Knicks fans were interested in getting Kelly Oubre, because you can legit
Yeah,
get Kelly Oubre, right? And it's a win-win situation. He has 1 year left on his contract. So
yeah.
if he comes to New York and becomes a borderline all-star, you can trade him at the trade deadline and
You
get
get
some pick.
picked. Yeah.
Now on the other side, if he
But
comes
now
to New York,
OKC's gonna do that. OKC's gonna do that now. They're gonna make him look
r-
like an all-star, and they're gonna flip him and get OKC. I laugh at them. They have what's this? They have 17 picks in the next 6 years.
Let me finish. Let me finish. let me let me finish my thing. Let me finish because I understand your point. I understand your point. I just want to jump in and finish mine real quick. So the thing with the Knicks though is if he comes to New York and he doesn't perform, right? Say if he comes to New York and is just like a 13 point per game guy, and we can't get anything at the trade deadline for him.
His
Guess
contract's
what?
up.
His contract's up.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So we can so it's like a win-win for us. But the only thing though is what would the Knicks pay OKC in order to get a Kelly Oubre, right?
Yeah.
So now in my mind, I would rather give them young players to build around, as opposed to young players to add to their rebuild, as opposed to draft picks. I covet our draft picks, right? And at the same time, OKC has a treasure trove of draft picks. Like what does another first round pick do for them? Really, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
They
Because
have
at some
enough of picks.
point, it's like having a lot of money. At some point, you'll have to start spending or investing that money in
Mm-hmm.
something, because
Yeah, 'cause-
being liquid is not always good. You want to make sure you want to be liquid at some point when you need it, but for the most part, you always want to have that money tied up in investments where that investment is going to return money to you. Being liquid
yeah.
doesn't return money to you, but investing returns money. Like, you keep your asset and it makes money for you. So the thing with Kelly Oubre is, you want to give OKC a situation, put them in a situation where you give them an asset that's going to give them immediate return up front, like they are actually on the court, and then they also present upside. So the player they are today is not the player that they're going to be tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So you offer that to OKC for Kelly Oubre, and then what we do is take Kelly Oubre and let him ball out for us next to RJ Barrett, and hopefully we can get a first round pick for us, because both
Yeah.
teams are rebuilding, but we're just
Yeah.
rebuilding different.
I'd
In
let
different
go.
directions.
See, if we got the only thing is, if I take Kelly Oubre, I wanted to pick. Now he's gone OKC. Like OKC are so goddamn smart. After gathering up like 12 picks, they literally got 2 picks for Westbrook, got Chris Paul, flipped him so they basically turned Westbrook into 3 first round picks. They got 6
Right.
first round picks, I think 2 swaps for Paul George. They got then for Dennis Schroeder, they got another pick in this year's draft, and I'm like, how many picks do they need? It's like they're going to have to start. They're going to get a star. They're going to spend that picks on a star, because there's no way that they're going to make 16 picks in 6 years.
Hey, but you
They're going to
didn't
start
count.
moving them.
You didn't. Did you count the? Okay, so you counted the pick for Paul George from the Clippers.
Yeah.
You counted the pick for Houston for
Yeah, they have
Russell Westbrook.
they have 2 picks from Miami, and then they have their own picks. So they have 16
Right.
first team. They literally that what they call it, Sam Presti. He's the new Pat Riley. Like, he's after fleecing everybody. Because then you,
I'm not sure he's fleecing though. I'm not really sure if Sam.
Hey, so
do you think Paul George is worth, after seeing him in the playoffs? Do you think he's worth 6 first round picks?
That's the one trade that made everybody the Clippers feel like they're getting fleeced. But all his other trades, he traded James Harden to Houston.
Yeah.
He traded Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis to Indiana. That was
Right.
fair. And then now this is that one trade from. Look, you have to remember though. Let's keep it in context. When the Clippers first had Chris Paul, when they traded Chris Paul to Houston, do you remember that package? What that package was? That was like 4 first round picks, and it was like Patrick Beverly, Lou Will,
Montrezl Harrell.
So it was a huge package when they traded Chris Paul. Remind you, OKC gave up Domantas Sabonis, and who he is, and
Yeah,
Victor Oladipo. So
yeah, they're balling out in Indiana.
Paul George. So those are two big pieces. So when they traded away Paul George to the Clippers, you're gonna have to give me the same thing you gave away for Chris Paul.
But I'll tell you
I
what.
had a question for you guys. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll tell you how them picks are right. They have 2 unprotected first round picks and 2 pick swaps with the Rockets. The Rockets now are going to lose Westbrook and Harden. The Rockets are going to be in a rebuild. The Thunder are going to have 3 picks that are probably going to be top 10 picks. Because the Rockets are going to stink it up now because they're going to trade everybody. So they're going to be top picks. The Rockets are going into a rebuild. They're breaking it down. I think what they're going to do is try and go into the season with at least with Harden and see how it works out. And then if they can get a higher deal mid-season to a team that's desperate to win, then they'll trade him.
Hold on to Westbrook. I think they're going to hold on to Westbrook for 1 more year. Is my thinking.
No, Westbrook. The thing is, Harden will play. Westbrook won't play.
They're going to try to increase his value. You know how that goes. Like, hey, let's hold on to Westbrook for 1 more year. His value is too low. Let's try to trade him in the trade deadline.
But come here.
In the next offseason. Because
if they run that back and he gets hurt,
they're not going to run it back. They're going to have him, not Harden.
Well, I think they're gonna. They're already ready. They said that they're going to go into an uncomfortable position that Harden isn't going anywhere until they find the value.
Well, I don't know.
He's pushing Brooklyn.
Harden is out. I'm with you now.
But he's not going to Brooklyn. They don't have a package. They don't have a package for him. Rockets told Brooklyn that they want Kyrie in that deal, and Brooklyn's like, nah. So I think that's up.
Look, how many? Okay, look.
Yo, look who in the building. Payback Carter is in the building. What's good, Payback Carter? Shout out, man.
But remember, let's keep this. Let me remind you that it was me that mentioned to you guys about Kyrie being moved. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, but he'll be moved to Houston. He won't be moved to us. I don't want Kyrie.
Okay,
I don't want to have to burp the baby.
I would not be surprised. I'm gonna put this out there again.
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised.
I don't want him.
Move. I think Kyrie wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying I want that. What I'm saying is I wouldn't be surprised if Kyrie's on the move. I said it. I didn't say it today.
Yeah, but if he's on the move, it'll be to Houston because he'll be in that deal.
It was the first thing that I said. I already knew Kyrie was going to be on the move.
I want no part of Kyrie. Kyrie, I don't want to have to. He's like a baby. You have to keep looking after and keep after burping him.
Well, I don't know.
Let him go to Houston.
Trying to collect assets anyway, so I don't. That's a different kind. Yeah. But here's my question to you. Mm-hmm. I've been wanting to ask you guys because Freezy is always, and I hate to bring this guy back. You know how Freezy hates to hear this narrative, but I gotta bring it to Freezy right now. If Frank Ntilikina goes to the Lakers, and with Dennis Schroeder, I think that could be a good fit. Let me just put that in context.
Yeah.
Frank Ntilikina, with his contract and Kyle Kuzma's contract works, Kyle Kuzma's defense works. I could think it could work with the Lakers, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go after him. I think he might. I think it could possibly work if they are chasing. I wouldn't mind Kuzma because it's a coincidence that Freezy's always comparing. When Freezy talks about Frank Ntilikina, well, if he goes to the Lakers, do you think he's gonna make a major difference with the Lakers? That's something that's
he might when he's playing with LeBron and Anthony Davis. Like he's playing with fucking Julius Randle.
Right.
Like if he goes over there, he's gonna be with LeBron and he's gonna be with AD.
It could be DSJ, for all I know. It could be DSJ to the Lakers. And I could be wrong. But
I don't know if I want Kuzma. I don't know. He's a young talent and he could be good, but
it's for the concept of trying to, like you said, the people want to bring people so that you can trade.
Is this thing on? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
It sounds a lot better, Freezy. Your mic sounds a lot better today.
So here's the thing to Raphael.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what Frank Ntilikina do for the Lakers. I don't care. You know why? because this is called Knicks at night and not Lakers at night.
Wait,
You know what I'm
who?
saying?
No,
But you know what though? But to keep it for one, let me do this. So Raphael put a couple of videos out on his channel, God of Moses and Elijah. Y'all make sure y'all check that out and subscribe to his channel. Right? Yeah, I watched them before I jumped. Well, I watched all of one and part of another. I just had them playing in the background while I was doing some other stuff. Secondly, what a player does once he leaves the Knicks, I don't really care. Because if he did those things for the Knicks, he would still be here. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
If we trade Frank, say if we trade Frank at 38 for Kuzma, I'm only concerned with what Kyle Kuzma does. I'm not concerned with
you're gonna have to throw a pick in
38 or Frank Ntilikina.
I don't know. I'm trying to stay realistic here because there is a lot of possibilities, but we got to see what happens. Tomorrow night's going to be good. Tomorrow night's going to take a tell to see what we're doing. Because if we don't draft a point guard, they're going to go after Westbrook. If they draft a point guard, there's no point in getting Westbrook. That's why I think they haven't made the move yet. They haven't made the move yet because they have to wait till after the draft. If they went and got Westbrook, and next thing LaMelo Ball or Killian Hayes or somebody falls to them at 8. Then they're stuck. They gotta wait.
I'm just trying to keep it in perspective that I just don't think it's good business for Houston to move Westbrook this year. I don't think it's good business for them. I don't think. I mean, I don't think about the Knicks, but I don't think. I think because at the end of the day, the point that it's not good business for Houston is the reason why I don't see Westbrook being traded this year.
See, they're better off.
So let me jump in here, right here, Joe. So first of all, the first salvo has been fired, right? The Houston Rockets traded one of their key pieces to the Portland Trail Blazers and Robert Covington, bringing back 2 first-round picks. Right. So that automatically lets you know right then that they're in rebuilding mode.
They're cleaning house.
Westbrook and or Harden are both gone before the season starts, because you don't weaken your team to make a playoff. You weaken your team to rebuild, because it's like surgery. You know what I'm saying? You let the doctor cut on you, because at the end of the day, what he's cutting on you to make you better in the long run.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I believe Harden's being traded. I just have my doubts that Westbrook is going to get traded this year.
I'm telling you, if Harden goes to Brooklyn, I'm gonna put my head through a goddamn wall, because I'm gonna blame the Knicks for all of it. It is 10 years of trying to do something, and then the Brooklyn Nets turn it around in 2 years. Not even. They went from the 8th seed to having the three biggest stars in basketball. I'm like, in the NBA.
Right.
I'll be fuming, because I'm like now then, because the way it is now with turning, Brooklyn's going to be the team in town.
I'm not surprised.
Right.
And that worries me, because I'm like, we've all been the only franchise in New York. Then they moved to Brooklyn from Jersey, and now they have the three of the biggest stars in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
It might not work, but if it works.
I know y'all are from New York. I'm actually from New Jersey. I'm from Jersey City. Shout out to the Hill, Jersey City. Hey, shout out to Fulton and Van Nostrand and Armstrong, PS15, Dickinson High School. Shout them out. So, but I dig what y'all saying about the Houston turnaround. But listen, the thing is with this is, if you're the Knicks, you don't want James Harden getting traded first. You know what I'm saying? You want Russell Westbrook traded first.
No, you want Harden first, because then
because if you trade Harden first, then Russell Westbrook has the team to himself, and so he doesn't have to go anywhere.
No, he'll still leave. He'll still leave. He wants out.
Because in my mind, I was thinking, based off of what he said, I'm thinking that my man was saying he just wants to get back to the old Westbrook, a team of his own, where he can run the show. And if Harden leaves, that means you leave Westbrook there. You know what I'm saying? And hey, what's up, Woodshed? Shout out to my dog Woodshed. Wood, that's my half brother right there. You know what I'm saying? Even though he'll never send me no gifts for holidays. Where my Christmas gift at, bro? But anyway, if Harden leaves first, then Westbrook has a team to himself, and he's not
I think he's going to leave. Westbrook is the type of person that once he says he's gone, he's gone. He is too much of an ego. And I think he wants New York because he knows he'd be like, I'm in the Eastern Conference, an easier conference. I'm in one of the biggest cities in the world, and it'd be interesting to see him go up against KD and Harden. It'd be interesting. Because that's the one thing people are complaining about. Yes, contract, his age, his style of play, but we have nobody here. He's a guy that plays hard all game, every game, 100 mile an hour, and is just a pure dog.
I'm gonna say something.
And I think
I'm gonna say something. Again, I said it before, and it's like something. It's just like it stays on my mind. I wouldn't be look. I want to keep this in context that this draft is not the strongest draft in general, right?
We have Walt Parrott now, who's one of the best guys. No. He went and found Donovan Mitchell. He found we can find a diamond in the rough in 27 or
I'm not talking about
we can get somebody.
No, I'm gonna show you what I'm getting to. So this is not the strongest draft. So I still wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks trade up from 27 with Dennis Smith Jr. or with Frank Ntilikina and maybe a Reggie Bullock or maybe a Bobby Portis and make a move with the Phoenix Suns for the 10th pick. Because I feel like Dennis Smith Jr. I don't know about Frank, but Dennis Smith Jr. can still get you 15 and 5. And Dennis Smith Jr. still is good friends with Chris Paul. I still wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks, if there's an angle in that scenario for Phoenix.
You're gonna have to give a lot more than DSJ in 27 to go up to 10, especially when Phoenix now are in win now mode. They're gonna want to put that 10th pick with Booker and Paul. They're not gonna want to trade it because if that team gets good, that might be one of the last times they're drafted in the lottery.
Well, I'm taking Leon Rose's word that that Dennis Smith Jr. is a special talent.
They're saying that to try and get his trade value up.
Yeah,
they're talking him up, trying to get some value to get someone to come in and take him or use him in a trade and move up or something. If they're moving,
maybe the 27th and the 38th, and Dennis Smith Jr.
That's still not enough. That's not enough. You're gonna have to that might get you like 18th or 19th.
I tried. Listen, I'm just trying to.
Yeah, it's not gonna get the 10th pick. They're not gonna move that 10th pick. What they're gonna do is get a point. They're gonna get a point. They're gonna get a point guard, and they're gonna have the point guard sit behind Chris Paul for the next 2 years.
Right.
Chris Paul is gonna groom him. Then when his contract is up, that point guard takes over.
No, you're right, but I just don't think it's that special. That 10th pick. I have concerns now that 10th pick is like.
Who they could get? They could get Tyrell Terry. They could get Kira Lewis. They could get Cole. They have options at that 10th pick. Not everyone's going to be there. I'm hoping. I was telling similar. I'm like that. Killian Hayes is going to be a talent, and if we take him at 8, that's our guy. But you got to give him 2 or 3 years. You can't be like Frank after 1 year. Oh, they'll trade him. He's no good. That's the problem with New York fans. They're not patient. So it's if we get that kid, I don't want. Okay, Westbrook. Leave him alone. But if we don't get a point guard, then you got to bring in Westbrook.
Hey, Sima Singh. Hey, so let me. Hey, shout out to Sima Singh.
I agree.
He asked, what did Harry Carson say yesterday? Hey, man, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave that up to y'all to watch the video. Make sure when y'all watch it, subscribe to the channel. And Sima, I know Sima subscribe, but like that video. Others that watch it, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Also, Sima, Sima saying, let's see if we can get this video up to 25 likes. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, guys, hit that like button.
Let's see if we can legit get this up to 25 likes, because what I want to do is see if we are capturing a crowd just because of the draft, or is it because of the talent and content that we're putting out? You know, so I want to see if it's one of those things that is it just people are thirsty for Knicks draft stuff, or is it something that people actually get entertainment, educational value from?
No, it's they're hearing.
And so people that subscribe to your channels, what they generally look for is education, education value, and entertainment value. So I want to just like if you want to get your subscribers up on your channel, you got to make sure that you entertain and educate at the same time. It's just a proven thing. People want to learn something and be entertained at the same time. So hey, so somebody gave a thumbs down. Oh man,
how many people's in the chat?
They must not have, like when I said Westbrook will stay in Houston. That's when I said Westbrook will stay in Houston. They gave it a thumbs down.
He might end up with the Hornets. He might end up with the Knicks. I don't know.
I'm saying the same thing. I think he's staying for a year. I think they're gonna try to bring his value up. It's the only thing that competent organization will do, because eventually the price will go back up.
Well, no, because you have the owner of the Houston Rockets lost a lot of money. Like the owner of the Houston Rockets lost a lot of money, so he's going to want to get off that contract. Because the thing too is the contract next year goes up to from 42 million to 45. So they're not going to want to trade. It'll be harder. Every year the contract goes up, it's more money, and then it's going to be harder to trade. So they might want to try and get rid of it now or mid-season. So see what happens.
Well, Russell Westbrook's contract?
Yeah, it goes up. It goes up from 42 to 44 to 47.
Yeah,
47 million's a player option, and he's not turning that down.
I mean, it's hard when Harden is out of here. They're not gonna have that many big contracts, because I think they're gonna go for a Jared Allen, whose contract is
if you're in a rebuild, you get rid of all contracts. That's what we done. We done it the stupid way. We got rid of our contracts and we added Porzingis in the trade. So we literally checked out a salary, got rid of one of our best players in a salary dump.
But let me tell you, if the players that are being discussed for Harden are very low contracts. Jared Allen's $8 million. Eric LeVert, $8 million.
Yeah, they got to give the money up.
And who else? Maybe Torian Prince. That's the only guy that's going to be the second highest contract after Westbrook. So you don't the salary for Houston is probably going to make $75 million for the whole team.
But see, if you're gonna rebuild from scratch, you want everything off your books. You want full cap space and a load of picks. That's what you want. I think instead of getting picks, right? they know they're not going to get picks or young assets. So they might just dump the contract to restart.
No, you could still get assets for Westbrook.
His contract literally. If you listen to Brian Windhorst, who's on a podcast with Zach Lowe this morning, and he literally said Russell Westbrook and Victor Oladipo have zero trade value in the NBA. Zero.
I think Victor Oladipo has zero. I think Victor Oladipo, I believe.
No, so does Westbrook.
He's saying he's not questioning the fact of what he said. He's saying Brian Windhorst said it.
Yeah, what I said. He talked to agents and people around the league, and everyone's saying that Victor Oladipo and Westbrook have zero trade value. So that wouldn't surprise me if the Knicks be able to get both of them for nothing.
Right.
But the thing is, I don't know about Victor Oladipo because he's owed a contract next year and he's injury prone.
Well, here's the thing though. So he comes to New York in a proven situation. Right.
Yeah, you give him a $20 million prove it deal.
But if he doesn't prove it, then we let him walk.
Tell Teddy come in.
Huh?
Tell Teddy. There's Teddy, is it? The commenter. Tell him come in.
We've been trying to get yellow fellow to come in, but he won't come in the chat. We've been trying to get him to come in for 2 days.
Yeah, where's the other guys tonight?
I mean, Teddy's like, basically, part of the crew, Teddy, Raphael, you, Art, Legion of Knicks, Tri Burrow, Bodega Wi-Fi, Simmer Singh, everybody, Wood, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, Wood, hey, don't start the Halliburton mess, man. Look, man.
What about Halliburton? I wouldn't mind Halliburton.
It's Halliburton season. And he think that's funny. That ain't funny, man. I'm telling you. Woodshed, don't start that, man.
You don't want Halliburton.
Hey, Woodshed, don't make me do a diss track. Woodshed, don't make me make a diss track, bro.
Why he don't want Halliburton?
Who, me?
Yeah, you don't want Halliburton.
No.
I don't mind him. I'd have him at the 2 guard. You put Westbrook next to him.
That's what I said. I said the same thing.
Because the dude can
So
shoot.
why are you drafting a 2 guard when you just drafted a 2 guard last year with the 3rd pick?
No, yeah, but you move RJ's going to be a 3. He's going to be a small forward.
You can move, or you can move on from Halliburton and draft Devin Vassell and draft, you know what I'm saying, or a natural.
Vassell's no upside. I like Vassell defensively. I just think he's too one-dimensional on the offensive end. He's a 3-ball. Catching 3, and his 3s aren't dropping, he's useless.
Hey, hand to the man on a stack of Bibles, dog. If I hear Adam Silver say, "Hey, with the 8th pick in the NBA draft, the New York Knicks select Tyrese Halliburton," the next sound y'all gonna hear is a fat motherfucker jumping out a plate glass window. Hand to the man. I got on the scale, so I'm like at 327. So I'm putting on COVID weight, right? So I'm putting. You're gonna hear all of that go through a plate glass window like a cowboy movie. Y'all remember the old school cowboy movies?
Yeah,
that's exactly what it's gonna sound like. You know what I'm saying? And don't let it be the Knicks select Tyrese Halliburton and then we pick up Alfred in play option.
I feel the same way about Kyra Lewis. Too small, can't get above the rim. The guy's quick. He's decent at everything. He's not the 8th pick. If we moved up and got him around like 14 or 15, I would.
That's what I want to remind people. It's not a strong draft. We're just gonna do the best we could. Like, are you guys opposed to drafting Onyeka Okongwu if he drops?
Then you got to trade Mitch. You can't have the two. You can't have the two of them on the floor. Neither of them can shoot.
Can one of them be a backup?
No, you don't draft. You don't use the 8th pick to be a draft backup center. We have so many needs. We need a point guard. We need a point guard, and we need 2 shooters and a stretch forward.
There's not so much talent in this draft. That's what I'm trying to say.
You can get. I'm telling you, if we trade back with Boston and get the 14th, 26, and 30, guarantee we get 3 top players.
Okay. So let me. So I'm a humor god of Moses and Elijah and say this. So at the 8th, say the Knicks are in a situation where Onyeka Okongwu was there, right? And the next best player is Devin Vassell, Aaron Nesmith. Right?
Then what I'm doing was if Onyeka Okongwu was there,
Joe, let me finish. So I take Onyeka Okongwu, right? But I don't take him with the mindset that either him or Mitch are going to be the backup. I take them with the mindset that, you know, I have 2 valuable young bigs and I'm going to try to play both at the same time.
More business.
You know what I'm saying? Or not at the same time, but not at the same time. But I'm talking about getting both of them valuable minutes.
All right. If we took Okongwu at 8, I'm calling Golden State or Charlotte, whoever took LaMelo Ball, and be like, all right, here's Mitchell Robinson and the 27th pick. You want him? That's what I'd be doing if Okongwu was there and we take him at 8. Mitch, I'm giving whoever drafted LaMelo, I'm calling them and being like, all right, here's Mitch.
Or you could even trade them Okongwu if you want and the 27.
No. If we draft Okongwu, I stay, because to me Okongwu is more upside than Mitch. But I'm not taking him with the 8th pick because we already have.
What I mean?
We have Mitch.
You could give them a choice. Hey, listen, take either Mitch or Okongwu in the 27. Give us LaMelo, right?
No, I trade Mitch. I think Okongwu is more upside. But if I'm not looking to draft him at 8. If he's there at 8 and the Knicks decide, okay, we're going to move Mitch and take Okongwu, then I'm going to be all right with it. But if we're keeping Mitch, I'm not taking him.
I got you. Okongwu must be really good. If he drafts, we got to keep him.
But I don't think we're drafting him. They're not going to look at Okongwu. Okongwu, to me, is going to be gone. I think the Hornets are going to take him if James Wiseman goes to Golden State.
Okay. Hey, yo, and you know what? Let me do some correction. Because I shout out everybody and I didn't shout out one person when he came in. So let me do this right. Let me set this thing back. Let me set this thing up right. Yellow fella is in the building. How about that? Did I correct?
Yeah, that was cool.
Okay. Because I shout out a lot of people that I usually see here and other places. And Yellow fella been showing up. I think this is like the third night. So you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that person feel like they part of the crew, but I'm gonna just induct them in anyway. Be like, you know what I'm saying, yellow fella fell apart of the crew. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, usually, you know, a lot of us have been around like, you know, together for like 20, 30, 40, 50 streams. So when you see Lawrence Tidd, you know, you be like, that's Uncle Freezy right there. Or you see God Moses and Elijah. I'm like, yo, that's Raphael right there. That's my dog right there. You know what I'm saying? Or Theo. I'm like, that's Teddy Ted right there. So so let's do my thing, man, for our guy. You know what I'm saying? You know, because he's showing up.
Show love.
Yeah, you gotta show love. D Chan in the building. Was good. Was good, D Chan. Hey, D Chan was shouting out the chat.
Okay.
But
so who's gonna make a trade in this draft in the lottery? Here's my question to you: who's gonna make a lottery? Who's gonna make the first trade in the lottery? Trade in the lottery?
I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because we speculate a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jay Dills, what's good? You not coming in the chat? So we have a top 10 defense. He must be talking about the Giants. He must be talking about them Giants, man. But anyway, as far as the this trades and the speculation and the rumor mill, I mean, I think at this point, I think it's unfair to our fan base, to our listeners, to speculate uncircumstantial or circumstantial evidence or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In terms of because usually where there's smoke, there's fire.
Right.
But in this case, there's not really much smoke. And there's, you know, and probably even less fire. Like, for instance, somebody will say, well, the Timberwolves are interested in trading number 1 pick, but they didn't point out what the Timberwolves are looking for. What potential team have they been rumored to be talking to? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, what's the motivation behind, you know, the move of what they're looking for? You know what I'm saying? So there is no, to me, it's just a lot of just just random, just like people will say, I'll give you a thing that does have smoke, right? Or does have fire, does have teeth to it. The Knicks love affair with LaMelo Ball. So if you hear a trade rumor about the Knicks wanting to trade up for LaMelo Ball, you can kind of feel like that's true because the organization needs a point guard, right?
Sure.
And the point guard and the point guard position has been a point of contention for a long time. So if you hear that rumor, then you'd be like, well, you know what? I can see where the Knicks could trade up to try to get LaMelo Ball. Right. The only weak part of that argument or that take would be LaMelo Ball doesn't have a specific destination. You know what I'm saying? Like we feel like he's top 3, but we also have heard rumors here lately that suggest LaMelo Ball may fall down to as low as 5, maybe even 6. You know what I'm saying? Still out of the range of the Knicks, but you can see where teams are saying that they may not be in love with LaMelo. So in terms of predicting what teams would make a trade in the lottery, I think it's probably one of those situations where we should probably hold off until we get more suitable evidence to make a case for
the draft, right? Because this is the last day, right?
Yeah, the draft is tomorrow at 8:00.
So I'm gonna assume the Knicks trade down. I'm gonna go off the rip, Freezy. The Knicks are trading down tomorrow. The Knicks.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. So why would the Knicks trade down?
The Knicks are looking to acquire not another draft pick in this year, but maybe another draft pick in the future. They want to keep doing. They want to keep acquiring future talent, and I think next year's draft they have 2 first-round picks in next year's draft, so I can see them maybe trading down to get a future first-round pick in the 2022 draft, which is something that the Knicks not something that I'm crazy about, but there's a fan base that loves the idea of acquiring more draft picks. So, you know, there is a business into what we're doing these days. We're gonna continue to get more
Hey,
draft
what happened
picks.
to your microphone? What happened to your microphone? Is that something we did?
Me?
Yeah. Is your microphone the same? Oh, that's Joe. Okay. All right.
Huh?
Joe, you got some background? You got some stuff going on in the background?
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Yeah.
It's just I heard something in the background. I didn't know if it was you or Raphael.
Oh, yeah, no, it was just me moving. Yeah.
Okay.
Um. Yeah. To me,
Exactly.
If Killian or Obi's not there, I'm moving back. Or
Oh,
I'd
no,
even
no.
try and trade up to Atlanta.
Let me answer to Sema real quick. Sema, I'm not. Me personally, I'm not crazy about getting more draft picks, but I do recognize uh, that the Knicks want to get more draft picks, right? Like I am recognizing that.
Yeah, Ralph, that's your joint.
Huh?
Somebody's double echoing.
Somebody's double echoing. Oh, me? Am I double echoing right now or
Okay,
no?
so Joe, can you speak? Can you say something?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Joe's not double echoing. Yeah, it's
How
you.
about me? How about me? I mean, I don't really
Okay,
have.
maybe it's me. All right.
Hello? We good? We good?
We good?
Yeah. So I do recognize what Joe was saying about we signed up Marcus Morris. We gave him all the playing time when Kevin Knox could have gotten more minutes. And
Well, see, the thing is with Knox and Frank, they have to earn their minutes. You can't
no, I
just throw
agree.
them in.
But okay, let me just address that the whole that the Knicks are trying to create this business of trying to acquire more draft picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. I think that they want to have at least two first rounders 2021, 2022, 2022. 2022, they don't have two first round picks. It would have surprised me.
2021, they have 2 first-round picks. We've
Either two.
Dallas one, and then we have our own
Right.
pick.
So I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks trade down this year for 2022 for future 2022 first round pick just because the Knicks are aggressive in those trying to get extra draft picks. So that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that's something that I necessarily want.
Yeah.
It's something that I just recognize, like even Kuzma. Even when you said, "Hey, the Knicks might even trade for Kuzma and boost up his stock and trade him for what a future first round pick," and that's how the Knicks are moving with Walt Pairing and
Hold on 1 second. What'd you say?
cool.
Oh, okay. That's fine. All right. But
Y'all all right?
see, if I was acquiring picks, I'd be looking to try and get extra picks for next year's draft because that's stacked.
Oh yeah, I mean
That's
it could be
what
that
I'd be
too.
looking to do.
It
Because
could be
then
that.
if you have 3 picks and say we fall in the lottery again to like
Mhm.
8 or 9, we can use 3 picks to move up and try and get Jalen Green or one of them guys.
Yeah, it's possible. Maybe 2021. But
Yeah.
definitely there is an aggressive approach and a philosophy that in order to speed up the rebuild is to get more draft picks. If you want to speed up the rebuild, a lot of I wasn't like I'm used to getting a veteran like a Gordon Hayward or Kemba Walker like Boston did with their team. I'm used to that approach and that philosophy. Like, oh, you got to get one or two veterans, and you got to go to the playoffs, and you got to make sure that Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown are going to the playoffs, and that's how it is. But with the new, I feel like I'm learning that a lot of people want more draft picks, and that's how you really speed up a rebuild. And I can't disagree with
Yeah.
those. I can't really agree with that.
See, if you have more picks, say you have 3 picks this year, 3 picks next
Can't
year,
really,
you're gonna hit on one of them. One of them's gonna pop.
yeah.
So
And
you
I
have
can't
more. Yeah,
really,
you have more
yeah.
of a
You might
chance when
even
you have
get
more
two. You
picks.
might even get two, right? I
And
mean, look at Denver. Look at Denver. Denver in 2014, they drafted Jokic, Gary
second
Harris.
round.
Yeah, Jokic, Gary Harris, and Yusuf Nurkic, who was also a premier center. Two premier centers they had.
Mm-hmm.
They had to trade Yusuf Nurkic to the Portland Trailblazers for future assets because those two guys they were too talented to be in Denver.
Yeah.
So that's the situation. Yeah.
Yeah, see, Denver's on another level. There's just between them, San Antonio, Boston, and Miami. There's something with them teams that always seem to get picks and hit on their picks.
And they weren't. And Denver wasn't necessarily in the top 3, top 5. They weren't top. They were all over the place.
Well, we helped Denver. We gave Denver one of our picks for Carmelo. Yeah, for Carmelo Anthony, and that turned into Jamal Murray.
Well said. But the philosophy of having more picks, like you're saying with the 2021 draft, you have more chance. That might be more accurate. That might be the better way to do it. You might need more, like 3 or 4 picks in the first in a draft to speed up a rebuild. And I'm not familiar with that approach until I put it together about 2014. Denver, that's how Denver did it. They got 3. They hit 3 hits, and I'm like,
the Knicks can't hit on anything. You look at all these Kentucky guys going out, and we ended up with the Kentucky garbage with Randall and fucking Knox. I'm like, if these Kentucky guys are hitting everywhere, and we got the garbage, I'm like,
hey, well, you know what? I have a exercise. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be entertaining, right?
Do it.
And it'll give everybody the opportunity to expound on their opinions for certain topics, right?
All right.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make Joe Madden the team president of the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's your job.
You're doing mock drafts. I see where you're going. Okay.
No, not totally mock draft. Not totally mock draft. Because to me, mock drafts are boring, and not just boring, but also they're
hard. They're hard. Yeah, right? They're hard to hit. They're never accurate.
Right.
Especially this year.
Right. And it's because the people that do mock drafts don't understand the fan bases of the 30 teams. They may understand the fan base of one team, and so when they mock draft, they always make it suit their team. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like if we do a mock draft, LaMelo Ball is going to be the 8th pick. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so here's the thing. I'm gonna have God of Moses and Elijah be the team president for Chicago Bulls.
Okay.
Right. All right. So now you understand. Like, when we get to you, you'll be like, this is why I'm making these decisions. I want Woodshed to be I want Woodshed to be Leon Rose. Right? Wood, can you be Leon Rose for us?
Yeah.
You got a few minutes to be Leon Rose?
Yeah, I believe Rose, man.
All right. So here's the thing. So here's the thing. Going into the draft, what would be the move that best fits the Minnesota Timberwolves? Joe Madden, what move best fits? Tell me what your goal is, right? Tell me what your goal is for the team and why you're making these moves, right? So what's the goal for the Timberwolves?
Goal for the Timberwolves is try and make the playoffs. You think we have Cat, D'Angelo Russell, and one more person to come in and kind of make that push for the playoffs. And if I was the Minnesota Timberwolves, I'd take James Wiseman and try and trade back. I'd take him and be like, all right, who wants him?
All right, so let me ask you this: so is making the playoffs a situation where you feel like you have to do it to keep Karl Anthony Towns?
Yeah, it's a priority to keep Towns because Towns is going to leave if he doesn't get it yet.
Right. Okay. All right. So on to Chicago. So Chicago, what are you looking to do and why? Like what's your direction? What are you looking to do, and why are you looking to do it?
Okay, the situation is the Chicago Bulls GM was the previous general manager of the Denver Nuggets. I just want to put that in perspective, right? His name is something, okay? So that's one. Also, I mean, if you want to talk about who the Chicago Bulls drafted, if that's what you want to know. We drafted Kobe White. It's looking like only 5. And then Chris Dunn is looking like they might let him walk. We do have Zach LaVine. Shaq Harrison is also there.
We know. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Raphael, we know
What
all
you
of
gonna do?
that. We
Okay,
know
I
all
don't know the
that.
move.
You
I don't know what I'm
what
looking
are
to
y'all
do.
doing right now?
Yo, what are you doing? You moving? You picking? What
I'm
Yeah,
are you
we
looking.
doing?
already know.
I'm building
What are you
through the
trying
draft.
to do?
I'm building through the draft. I think that's the same guy. So we're gonna build through the draft. Maybe add more picks if I could. I might try to add more picks.
What are you
How are
gonna
you
do with
gonna add
Kobe
more
White?
picks? Who you
What are you gonna do
moving?
with Kobe White?
The conversation is we're looking to see if we can trade Zach LaVine, get more picks.
What are you gonna do with Kobe White?
But we're keeping him. He's a
Yeah,
keeper.
but what position?
What position? You put one or
He's a
two.
guard. He's a positionless guard. He could play the one or the two.
But make a decision.
Make
That's what I'm saying. That impacts your draft.
it.
No, I
But
just
I'm
leave.
saying,
I'm gonna say. For this year, he might be the two for now.
You're fired.
all right.
No, he's a scorer. He's a scorer.
Yeah.
He's a
Two
scorer.
guard.
Hey, hold on for a second. Let me basically get this down to the lowest common denominator, because we have conversations all the time, maybe sometimes 4 hours about what we would do, and we'll move this player and that player. But when we hold people's foot to the fire for a specific organization, is more difficult. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I asked y'all to take on the role of a specific team, so that the people in the chat can understand why it is that you're making the decisions that you're making. So the only thing I did was simplify it, as opposed to you being the guy for all 30 teams and speculating. Give you one team and make you making focused decision. And see, you notice that it's a lot harder, is more complex when you have a specific team or roster. All right, so Jay Dills, I want to give you the Washington Wizards. That's your
Washington
team,
Wizards.
the Washington
Okay.
Wizards. So when we get to the Washington Wizards, we're gonna hold you to the fire. Like, hey,
All right,
this
bro.
is what,
All
tell
right,
me.
bro.
All right, so let me get the woodshed. So Wood, what is the direction you're going in with the New York Knicks?
Okay, you want to play Golden State?
He wants to
Me?
know who's doing. Yeah, he wants to know who's doing Golden State. He wants to make it.
Okay, I'll be the random trade.
Okay.
I'll be the random trade target.
Okay. All right. And if you tell me no, I'm going to the next thing. You dig? So the first
Okay.
thing,
All right.
I'm serious. The first thing I'm doing, I'm calling Golden State. I'm telling you, look, I got Mitchell Robinson for you. I got the 8th pick for you.
Wood.
And also,
Wood. The question was, what is the direction of your franchise? Yeah. What's the direction of your franchise?
It's the first bring in a point guard. That's the first thing. Bring in a point guard. We've been point guard poverty for 25, 30 years.
Ray Felton was the last big name at point guard.
And then the second thing is to add scoring. I won't say shooting, because I can get shooting later in the draft and in the bar
Free agency, yeah.
To add scoring.
All right, so let me trim it back. Let me trim it back further. Are you looking to rebuild with kids? Are you looking to train all the kids to get all veterans and try to make a deep run in the playoffs, or are you looking to do a mix of both? Before you make those moves that you mentioned, because you meant those moves that you mentioned, huh?
I'm looking to flip this core because I'm not satisfied with it.
Yeah,
I ain't satisfied.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So the first call I'm making is to Golden State, and I'm offering Mitchell Robinson the 8th pick, and I'm offering to take back Andrew Wiggins' contract if you give me Minnesota's top 3 protected next year. So I'm giving you. I'll throw in Julius Randle, because that's going to save you like $30 million in tax money, because he makes $10 million less than Wiggins.
I'm not taking Randall. I'm not taking Randall.
Wait, are you taking the second pick or no?
I'm taking the second pick.
Hold on, Joe. Joe, let Golden State and New York negotiate this. We're gonna negotiate in real time.
I want to do a 3-team trade.
No, wait a minute. Hey, that ain't what Wood said. We call Golden State. All right. Hey, go ahead, Wood.
Okay, so you don't want Randall. Okay, well, what about Bobby Portis? He's expiring contract, a good 3-point shooter, floor spacer, can help you off the bench. Play well with your second unit.
You
Still
just
25 years old.
offered me the same amount. You just offered me about the same amount of money at the same position. I want to develop Eric Pascal is what I want to do. So I'm not taking on power forwards.
Well, he said you didn't want Randall. You got to be more specific, Mr. Myers. Okay, so I tell you what, I got y'all.
So here's the thing. The trade that you offered is very, very intriguing, right? So I think we have the parameters for a trade, right? So here's the thing. I don't want to give you Andrew Wiggins because Andrew Wiggins is a borderline all-star at 5 years old. He's a year younger. He's just about a year younger than Zach LaVine, and he may take the same step as Zach LaVine. So I don't want to give that to you and give you Cade Cunningham. I don't want to see a Andrew Wiggins, Cade Cunningham, RJ Barrett being beasts in the East. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep Wiggins. So, but what I would like for you to do, I very much value your 2021 first round pick.
R21, and you're giving Minnesota's, or are you saying no?
I would swap those picks. I would do a pick swap with you if you offered more.
Okay, so you don't want to send Wiggins. Cool. So you're giving me the second pick, which is LaMelo Ball, and also Minnesota's top 3 protected 2021 pick, and also you're taking Mitchell Robinson. So basically, what we're doing is we're swapping Ball and for Aiden Robinson, and also you're giving me Minnesota's top 3 protected for my 21 first. Can our top 5 protect that?
No.
Can our top 3 protect
right?
that?
No, but what I would like for you to do though is I'd like to leave this conversation with I want to leave the conversation with Mitch. I want to leave with the pick swap, the 2021 pick swap. Whereas regardless what team has the worst record, I want the highest pick. That's the way I wanted to have it done. So if Minnesota has a worse record than y'all, I still want that pick. Right? You would be getting, and y'all will be getting the number 2 pick, a pick swap. So we be getting Mitch 2021. Am I getting the number 8?
That's my original offer. It's number 8. I want that Minnesota pick. I want the Minnesota pick top 3 protected. I'm giving you a center that can be a star for you for a decade, and he's only making $2 million. $2 million. You can trade Eric Pascal.
Hey,
you don't need. What do you need
Mr.
Pascal
Woodshed.
for? You got Wiggins to play the 4. Why do you need Pascal?
Hey, Mr. Woodshed, and no disrespect, but our franchise won championships without Mitchell Robinson. I mean, and I'm not being disrespectful, but we made the NBA Finals 5 years consecutive without Mitchell Robinson. So while he's a great piece,
so who's but you need somebody to check AD, sir.
Okay, all right. So is Mitchell Robinson checking AD right now?
I'm trying to give you the keys to extend your dynasty for 3 years.
Okay.
You named 2 guys in the
so
league that had a prototype to defend AD. Mitchell Robinson is one of them. The only other person that's got a prototype to defend AD is AD. I'm giving you the keys for another championship. I'm trying to extend your dynasty for 2 or 3 more years.
Right. And but I've been in contact. I've been in contact with God of Moses and Elijah, right? And I think he wants to trade Zach LaVine, right? I think I may be able to get Zach LaVine for requisite parts and not give up draft picks. But I really like Mitchell Robinson. I really like Mitchell Robinson, right? Joe, you gotta let me negotiate with the Knicks.
Hey, Mr. Myers. Hey, so you want to stay in the tag?
What's the original? So what's the original?
We do have an interest in LaVine ourselves, so we do appreciate the intel on LaVine. But hey, I'm trying to extend your dynasty by 2 or 3 years, giving you a franchise center that's got a indentured servant contract. He makes $2 million a year. $2 million a year.
Right.
Who's gonna stop Aiden? The Suns are coming. Chris Paul is coming for you. Aiden is coming for you. Devin Booker is coming for the Warriors. I'm trying to give you the answer.
Brooklyn's
All I
coming.
need is a point guard. All I need is a point guard. I'm asking for LaMelo Ball.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what will get the deal done. Right. I will give you the number 2 pick for whoever you to pick. Well, I don't care who you take with the number 2 pick. And I will give you Andrew Wiggins. Right. But in return, I want both 2021 picks, and I also want 8 and 27.
No deal.
You want the 2 picks?
No deal.
Nah.
Yeah, both 2021 picks and both 2020 picks. I'm giving you Andrew Wiggins, who's as soon as he gets off the plane, he'll be the best player in your organization. And I'm giving you the chance to draft the point guard, your franchise point guard. Now you don't have to do it because Charlotte is right behind me. Charlotte is right behind me. I can draft LaMelo right now, and I can go to Charlotte and get a king's ransom for him.
I understand, but Mr. Myers, I can't give you a whole new franchise, sir.
Where's Charlotte at?
Charlotte picked third. Third, and they are waiting. And Charlotte is waiting for us to slip on a banana peel and take James Wiseman so they can draft LaMelo. But I'm not going to give Charlotte that opportunity. I can either give this opportunity to the Knicks or I can give the opportunity to Charlotte. I mean, I understand that the Knicks fans love Tyrese Halliburton as a secondary prize for LaMelo, right? But good luck feeding that to the Knicks fan base when you could have had LaMelo Ball.
Oh,
we done. I'm calling.
We
Chicago.
don't need him that bad.
I'm calling Chicago.
4 picks.
Okay.
Good
All right.
Lord.
Fucking get him Westbrook's cheaper.
Who's Chicago? Who's Chicago? Right. Chicago, right?
You calling me? You calling me?
Yeah, I'm calling you. I'm calling Chicago. Let's talk Chicago for a minute.
Okay.
I understand. I talked to Bob Myers over in Golden State.
So check this out. I would concede. Okay, so how about this? I will concede that maybe 4 first-round picks is too much for LaMelo Ball and take Andrew Wiggins' contract. Right? So what I would do is this. How about we do a entity like you legit get to keep Mitchell Robinson and we switch. I go from the 2nd pick to the 8th pick, and you give me both picks next year. So all you did basically was give up 2 second-round picks for LaMelo.
Can you repeat that? I'm trying to make sure I heard that right.
All right. So instead of getting giving up 4 first-round picks, you'd give up 2 first-round picks, right? You get to keep Mitch. That's a huge concession now. That's a huge concession, right? But you got to give me both of those picks in 2021.
No chance.
No.
No chance. No
What?
chance. I don't.
Even in a
No chance.
swap.
No
You
chance.
get to
I'll
keep
take
Mitch
Tyrese.
and you get
I'll-
second.
I'll take Tyrese, man, and we'll keep it moving.
Oh, if Leon Rose done that deal, he'd be out the door. Dolan be like, all right, bye.
Yeah. I'm trying to be working in New
Negotiate
York
that,
after 2
man.
years.
Negotiate that. 1 pick next year and a second rounder or something. A first and a second. Negotiate that.
Nah, I'm not
I
touching
left the
21.
door open.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You-
I'm
you
not
don't
touching
get-
21.
Franchise changing point guard.
You could give up the Dallas pick, not that Knicks unprotected. Because we're not going to be
Nah.
any good.
Right,
That's
right.
the
Give up the
top.
Dallas pick.
No.
Right. Give up that Dallas pick.
Well, see, in my mind, I'm
You could
trying
do
to
the 2
add to.
Dallas.
I'm trying to add.
That's what he's
to the
asking
21
for.
more chance. Yeah, I
He's
don't.
asking for the 2 Dallas.
Oh, he said both 21 picks, so he wants New York and Dallas.
But you give up that Dallas pick
Shit.
and then give him a second rounder somewhere.
Yeah, that's 2 unprotected. So 21 is the best draft
No, I
since
think the Dallas is
2003.
protected, right?
No,
Dallas
the
is top
23 is
4?
protected. I think the 23 is protected. I
I
thought
thought the
21
21
was
was top 4 protected. Let me check.
The 2023 pick is top 10 protected.
That was protected. I think 21 is unprotected.
Top 10 protected, yeah.
Yep, unprotected. Yep.
Man, I can't get it up.
And
See,
that doesn't that carry on to 24 then, right? If Dallas get in the top 10, then it moves to 24.
It'll
right?
be unprotected the next year. So yeah, I don't mean any harm, Mr. Myers, but I'm still gonna make a call to Chicago, sir.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna let so y'all do. So I'm gonna hey for the sake of the exercise, man, let them two negotiate, and then just know though that I'm looking for the telephone number to the Washington Wizards while y'all negotiate.
All right.
What's going on?
All right. So I heard through the grapevine that you all are interested in moving Zach LaVine. So all right. So I saw that you just picked up, Danny Abby at number 4. That's a nice player. Come in, help you play defense, facilitate, and shoot a little bit.
We're thinking about picking him.
Oh, okay. So what I'm offering you guys is I'm offering you the 8th pick in the draft. I'm offering you Kevin Knox, and I'm also offering to take.
That's interesting.
I'm offering to take Thaddeus Young off your hands.
I don't like is Otto Porter. I don't like that contract too much.
Oh man.
Let me be honest with you.
No, Otto Porter's is better. It's only 1 year.
Yeah, but
Thaddeus Young is 2, I think.
What can you do for me with that situation?
So I tell you what I will do.
Mm-hmm.
If you're willing to send Zach LaVine, I'll carry Otto Porter.
It's only 1 year.
I'll take the bullet on Otto Porter. I'll take Zach LaVine, and I'll send you the 8th pick, Kevin Knox. And if you want depth, I got Portis, who's familiar with Chicago, loves the area.
Yeah, we know.
Got a girlfriend still there.
He's one of our guys we drafted. We know Portis.
All right. Well, what about Julius Randle? Do you have any interest in Randle?
Julius Randle. It's a little interesting, but right now we've seen Drew Holiday was given away for 3 first-round picks. So we don't, this guy. I mean, it's the truth, right? So a guy like Zach LaVine, we had to fire Jim Borland, who worked really hard to make Zach LaVine a 25-point per game kind of player. So we worked really hard to develop his game right now. We had him for a long time. He's a 25-point game player. He's athletic. He's an ascending player. He's still young. He's on a great contract. So it's gonna cost a lot for us to give up Zach LaVine. It was not gonna be for cheap. It's gonna be that's something. Unless you're talking 2021 picks, that's the beginning of the conversation for Zach LaVine. We worked really hard to develop him and to get him to be who he is today.
Guys, completely understand. So I tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
What I can include in the deal, I can include a right to swap 21 picks in 2021.
We're talking Zach LaVine, or we're talking about the 4th pick?
Zach LaVine. You're keeping the 4th. I'm offering you the 8th pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm offering you Kevin Knox, and then I'm offering you a right to swap picks in 2021 draft.
No, it's going to have to be 3 picks. It's not going to be 1 pick. I hear the 8th, and I hear a swap. Kevin Knox, I'm not sure it's worthy of a first-round pick at the moment.
Tell you what, man.
The Knicks are going to give Chicago more than they were giving Golden State.
I know how to negotiate. Hey, excuse me, sir. I'm negotiating right now.
I'm sorry. I was wrong for that. I retract that last.
If I leave the offseason with nothing but a bona fide 26-point per game score, I win. If that's all I leave the offseason with.
Right. So what you want to offer? I mean, look, I'm telling you up front. This one conversation for the 4th pick, and it's another conversation for Zach LaVine. Which conversation you want to engage with?
Well, I want LaVine.
You want Zach LaVine?
So what I'm putting on the table
with RJ Barrett right now. I'm just gonna have to start that. We have to, because we
no, I
believe
can't.
Zach Levine.
I can't.
We believe
I can't move on.
we believe Zach Levine is just as good, if not better. Especially
what is Chicago's cap situation? This is Worldwide West speaking. Yeah. What is Chicago's cap situation?
What is what?
What is Chicago's cap situation? Y'all kind of strapped for cash, right? By the way, this is Worldwide West. I'm sorry.
Okay. You're the Wizards. I'm negotiating right now. So.
Where's Charlotte? I need to get Charlotte on the phone.
Business Wizards. We can talk. You know, you got a good team there. We could talk about Bradley Beal or whoever you want to trade. But right now, he's trying to get Zach LaVine from me, and I'm trying to let him know that it's not going to be cheap.
I'll call you back.
Unless I'm wrong, let me know.
So now, if you want an extra pick, you got to keep Otto, and I'll take that.
If you want to get my fourth, you're gonna have to start the conversation. Gonna have to start with the fourth.
I don't want the fourth.
Oh, you don't want the fourth. So then we're not even talking about Otto Porter right now. So we're not even talking about Otto Porter because the only reason I'm not trading Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is not a salary dump. That's a premier player right now. Maybe Julius Randle and if I say Julius Randle and some draft picks, maybe that could be a conversation. Maybe it depends on how Steve develops his game. That could be a conversation.
So keep in mind, I'm picking whoever you want me to pick at 8. If you want me to take Tyrese Halliburton,
it's not a strong draft.
I mean, if you want a Killian Hayes, you never know. If Onyeka Okongwu falls, I can get you talent.
Maybe if you talk to me 2021 and Julius Randle for Zach LaVine, maybe we're talking. Maybe you gather my listening ear because right now the other ear is it's just not listening right now. But if you're gonna listen to your offer,
so what are y'all doing? Y'all actually gonna do something, or we still
the clock is running out?
Yeah.
I mean, this is like 13, 14 minutes.
I already got a fourth pick. I already know. All I need is one pick with this week draft.
I'll give you a pick. I have an offer for you.
Who
final offer.
What's your
final offer? I'm willing to give you the 8th pick. I'm willing to give you Julius Randle, and I'm also willing to give you my 21 pick, top 10 protected for Zach LaVine.
Top 10.
Get that shit down.
So that takes 19 mil off the cap.
Hey,
I have an offer for LaVine.
Let me ask Guillermo something real quick. Hold on. Hey, Guillermo. Hey, would you mind being the Atlanta Hawks?
For a scenario to be played Atlanta
I will say thank you for your offer. Let me sit on it.
So the reason why I did this is because for the past couple of nights, like the last 3 nights, everybody is talking about the wild scenarios where they move players from this place to this place, and nobody does it in context. You know what I'm saying? Like what would motivate a team to make such and such deal? So tonight, instead of us going round and around with it, I decided to assign a team to everybody. That way, when they make these, statements, they can at least justify what it is because they're, say a front office guy for such and such team. And so I wanted to have a couple people come on and just put their feet in the ground, say for a certain team. That way, we won't hear Kyrie Irving to the Knicks. Or we won't hear Russell Westbrook to Charlotte, just random stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
you're Atlanta. I have the number 1 pickup for sale. Who wants it?
You say you're the Wolves?
I'm the Wolves. I have the number 1 pick and Malik Beasley. Malik Beasley lost a little couple of screws in his head over the last couple of days.
That's a good selling point. Okay.
Yeah. 3-point sniper.
Would you take my 6th pick if I'm the Hawks, would you take my 6th pick for your number 1 pick? I give you a 6th pick. I give you Kevin Porter. I give you you're the Wolves. I give you John Collins because he wants a contract and I'm not. Yeah, for that number 1 pick. I don't want Malik Beasley.
All right.
Knicks are getting 3-way right there.
All
Knicks.
right. If that, I do that trade, but you need
to move up 5 spots.
John Collins, they're not going to sign John Collins for a contract, so you might as well get as much value from him now.
So John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and the 6th pick.
Yep. Actually, I'll take Malik Beasley. Malik Beasley ain't your number 1 pick.
All right. Then you need to give me your 2021 pick, top 5 protected. You get the number 1 pick in Malik Beasley. You give me Kevin Huerter, John Collins, the 6th pick, and your 2021 top 5 protected.
Wait. If I give you So if I give you my 6th pick, I can't give you my pick next year. You have to pick.
2022 first round pick, top 5 protected.
So that's 2 years from now. If I give you my 6th pick now, gave you, but if I gave you my 6th pick this year, I can't give it to you next year.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, 2022 first round pick, top 5 protected.
Shit,
2022 first round pick.
For the first pick of Malik Beasley.
That's it. Wow.
For the number 1 overall pick, you
Yeah,
get whatever you want.
I would do that. You get a guy. I get a guy in Edwards. The guy who has some upside offensively, doesn't have to be the man. Can play some defense if you have to with that, but you have 2 cornerstones. One who definitely help Trae Young in the backcourt.
So you're giving up 2022. So you're giving up 2022 top 5 protected.
It's pick John Collins, Kevin Huerter, in the 2022 top 5 protected.
For the number 1 and Malik Beasley.
If you make a top 10, if you make
the
a
number
top
1
10,
pick of Malik Beasley.
And Malik Beasley's from Atlanta. I think he is.
Yeah.
So Minnesota just wants the 6th pick and the 2022, basically, and get rid of
and then Kevin Huerter and John Collins.
Oh, I forgot. Okay.
Yeah.
So I get a power forward that can shoot.
Okay.
I get a shooting guard to go beside DeAndre Russell or off the bench, and then I get a power forward that can shoot next to Cat.
If you make it top 10,
and I get the 6th pick to take whoever I want.
So before you sign the paperwork,
I'll take it. If you make it top 10, I'll take it. Because we're gonna need some time to develop.
Hold on 1 second. The Knicks are calling me.
Before you sign the paperwork with Atlanta.
Is Woodstock New York?
Yeah, I like this.
Hold on, let me tell you something, Joe Man, before you get the phone to me. What talent on their team matches up to Kevin Porter?
Yeah, true.
Match up to who?
All right, New York. I have a deal on the table with Atlanta. The only way you make this deal work, you either give me Mitch or RJ Barrett, or there's no deal.
Right, and you got 1 minute. You got 1 minute.
You have 1 minute.
Okay.
You have 1 minute, and then you have to give me. You give me the 8th pick and 2022 unprotected.
So I'm giving you Mitchell Robinson. I'm offering you Mitchell Robinson. I'm offering you the 8th pick, and I'm also offering you the 2022 pick unprotected. For the first overall pick. Unprotected.
I feel like I need something else because Atlanta's deal is better.
Oh, no.
Tell him take the gun out your back, dogs. Tell him take the gun out your back, man.
Why you have that much?
Why you gonna have Mitchell Robinson and Cat unless you're getting rid of Cat? And if Mitchell Robinson has to be resigned in 2 years anyway. So what are you getting with
Joe?
Atlanta, don't blow it up, Atlanta.
Oh, my bad. I'm on the other line trying to rule this. Yeah. I'm on the other line. I'm listening right now.
But Mitchell Robinson is the perfect complement to your center. Right now, Cat likes to play away from the basket. Mitch plays towards the basket, allows Cat to play freely, keep contract. I'm giving you the 8th pick this year.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm giving you the unprotected 2022 pick.
All right.
Pick.
I have an offer for a power forward that can stretch the floor that has proven at 20 points a game, not Mitchell Robinson, who's getting me 9 in foul trouble. So I'm going to go take that Atlanta deal because I'm getting a shooting guard. I'm getting the 6th pick, which is higher than the 8th.
Who's going to protect the rim? Who's going to protect the rim?
Atlanta deal is top 10 protected. If it's top 10 protected, I'll agree to it.
Cat can play that stretch 4.
Yeah, Cat can play away from the basket, and you have 2 draft picks in 2022.
And you have a rim protector in Mitch.
And you also have the 8th pick, so you can get a shooting guard. You can get a Devin Vassell. You can get a Tyrese Halliburton. You can get an Aaron Neesmith, so you can get the shooting guard.
So I'm getting Mitch 8 and 2022 unprotected.
Unprotected.
All right. You throw in Frank
Ntilikina jump in on that. I think Golden State might jump in on that.
I like Frank Ntilikina.
Frank Ntilikina. Done deal.
Yeah.
You and Trace. Hey, Trace must be your
You got a deal? All right. Sign the paperwork. Deal's done.
Yo, what the fuck? Yo.
He hung up on Atlanta's still on the line, yo.
Atlanta, I made a deal with the Knicks. I made a deal with the Knicks. Can you counter that? Can you counter that? Will you throw in Cam Reddish?
He's on Greaseball. He had a deal with New York.
I'm waiting. Who's making? Can you throw in Cam Reddish?
You make it. What's the? You know what? Take that. I'm gonna take Tyrese Halliburton. We good.
All right, I'm deal with New York.
We'll take that terrible deal. I got Tyrese Halliburton.
All right, I'll deal with that. All right, deal with New York.
I'll go to the next year's draft and get Kate Cunningham. We're gonna.
What's the trade with New York? What's the trade offer?
The trade with New York was 8 Mitchell Robinson, Frank Ntilikina, and the 2022 first-round pick unprotected.
So Bob Myers, I'm gonna send you a New York LaMelo Ball postcard, Bob Myers.
All right.
Trade Mitch, you throw that back at Christian Wood too.
All right.
Exactly.
Deal done.
So as the official representative of the Golden State Warriors,
all right, I want to call Golden State.
Hold on. I might be interested. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about if I should jump in.
Who's your deal with?
With Minnesota. That'll be you.
The deal is done already.
I have a deal on the line. What do you have? I'm listening to all offers.
We have Zach LaVine. I mean,
we had Zach LaVine, and I wasn't a fan.
We don't want to trade. That's too high of an offer that we want to spend. We don't want to.
He traded Zach LaVine already, right? He traded Zach LaVine to you.
Yeah, I traded Zach LaVine to you like 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
Chicago drinking that yak, yo.
I don't want any. I don't want
Mitch. Who's not to say? Hold on. Who's not to say that I can give?
Yeah, I get the 8th pick and then an unprotected 22. Unprotected 22 is better than 10.
The value at 8 and 6 or 6 and 8.
Let me finish. Let me know.
It's the same.
It's the same, yeah.
Right, that's a wash, man. Okay, you're bringing on 2022.
Yeah, and Mitch is cheaper than John Collins. I got to pay John Collins at 25. Mitch, I only have to pay him $2 million for next year.
I want to make a phone call to New York, man. All
right. Well, New York just done a deal with me. New York deal done.
We want to see if we can maybe do a 3-team deal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what's going on? Maybe we could do a 3-team deal. I'll give you take the 4th. We take the number 1. What do you think? Let's work something out where you don't have to spend as much, and I can spend a little. You win some, I win some.
So who's getting the 4th?
Well, you like Zach LaVine, right? I'm thinking about maybe we should consider going for LaMelo Ball. I'm thinking about maybe a Kobe White LaMelo reunion.
So I traded him the number one pick. Now you're trying to trade to get the number one pick off of him.
My brother, I'm in business mode. Hold on, I gotta work right now. Yeah, so I'm working. I'm thinking about LaMelo Ball, Kobe White, Wendell Carter Jr. Well, sometimes I feel iffy about Laurie Markkinen, but I want to hold on to Laurie Markkinen. But maybe it's a good move if Chicago moves forward from Zach LaVine. If I'm going to move away from Zach LaVine, maybe LaMelo Ball might be the move. Might be the reason why we move away from Zach LaVine.
Are you thinking out loud?
What do you think about that? Say it again. Is that my?
You thinking out loud, or are you proposing?
That's me talking. That's not me doing that. Is that me doing that?
Oh, my bad. Hold on. I'll mute my thing. Sorry about that.
So, what do you think about Zach LaVine to New York?
So now the way that my team is set up now,
what do you think about you taking the number 4?
I don't think I'm interested in number 4 because right now we're turning our attention towards free agency. I got to get a center now, so I'm going all in for Christian Wood. Looking at guys like Harry Giles, trying to fill that spot. So I don't see a fit for Zach right now because my backcourt is set for a decade between LaMelo and RJ. So now, if you want to talk about sending Laurie Markkinen into New York, then we can talk because he's a perfect complement to my backcourt.
I don't know if the fan base wants that right now. I don't know if the fan base wants that. Though. I remember that phone call you wanted Zach LaVine, somebody who's going to give you 25 points per game. And, okay, so maybe LaMelo Ball might fit in your timeline.
Yeah, okay. My backcourt is set. I got contract control over my backcourt for at least 6 more years. And I think both of them can be stars. So we're looking at being the next powerhouse duo.
And you know what?
What are y'all trying to do? So what are y'all trying to do exactly?
I was trying to trade him to number 4, and I was going to trade up to number 1.
I'm good.
Okay. You know what? We don't want to spend that much. That's okay. You got it. We don't want to spend that money.
Okay. All right. So the New York Knicks gave up Mitchell Robinson, the 2022 unprotected Frank Ntilikina, and the 2020 number 2 pick, where they took LaMelo Ball.
Number 1.
So Knicks fans are wondering what you guys are going to do at center. And what's the direction of the team now where you have a very young backcourt?
So the direction of the team is to get up and down the dang on floor. Okay. We had Elfrid Payton walking the ball up. We had Frank Ntilikina walking the ball up. We had Dennis Smith Jr.
So what are you going to do with Julius Randle, who's not a fast break player at 250 pounds?
Well, Randle can go, but Randle can also be a small ball 5. So I don't think Randle's going to be a problem with what we want to do in New York.
Yeah.
I think the biggest issue is finding a center that can complement the lineup. Christian Wood is going to be my first phone call. I got plenty of cap space to pay him, and we're going to throw the bag at him.
I like
so
that.
So do we have a representative for? We don't have a representative for Detroit, right? Okay. All right. So what are you going to do about the Knicks' lack of shooting in the backcourt?
Well, I still got the 27th pick and the 38th pick, so I'm probably going to look at. I'll see if one of the Bay kids is there.
You're going to solve it with another rookie.
Absolutely.
Did you get Malik Beasley from that deal?
No.
I
still got Malik.
Are you at Atlanta, right?
I had to deal with Atlanta, but the New York Dick was better, so I kept Malik.
Okay.
So Bucket's translating.
Timer would be nice. Bodega.
So I'm looking at Tyrell Terry, Isaiah Joe, one of the Bay kids may slip down there 27. Desmond Bain is already 3-and-D and ready to step right in and fill the role. I got Jamias Ramsey that may be available, shot 43% on 5 attempts. I can find shooting. I trust Walt Payton.
Who's Detroit?
Okay. So you traded for the number 1 pick, right? So the number 1 pick in the draft, based off of what Wood said, is LaMelo Ball, right? All right. So who picked second? Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors pick number 2. Anybody interested in the number 2 pick? Anybody interested in a jet prospect from Atlanta, Anthony Edwards? Nobody? Okay.
No.
Anybody interested in James Wiseman? All right. So
Yeah,
Washington Wizards.
I got my center. I got my
Anthony
center.
Edwards is going first, though, right? We're assuming, or do we have a draft order?
No, I traded.
Took a number 1.
I traded the number 1 pick to New York, and he took LaMelo.
Oh, we already took LaMelo. All right, cool. So Anthony Edwards is
I have the 8th pick, and I have the 17th pick. And then I got Mitch, I got Frank, and I got the 2022 unprotected.
Who's representing the Warriors right now?
Freezy.
I am. Yeah.
So
and the number 2 pick is available. By the way, and I'll tell you what I'm asking for up front. I'm looking for cap relief.
Yeah, I give you 8 and 17.
So that I can sign me another score. No, thank you.
8,
I need
17,
cap relief. I need for you to take on a terrible contract.
Yeah, give me Wiggins.
We can't help you with that.
I'll take Wiggins. I'll take Wiggins back.
Yeah, I wouldn't take 8 and 17 for Wiggins in this year's draft. I wouldn't take 8 and 17 for Wiggins straight up.
Who's Detroit? I got called Detroit.
I got it. I'm gonna be Detroit too. So
all right, you're at 7. You're Detroit. I'm gonna offer you 8 and 17 to move up 1 spot.
Bam, that's done.
That's done. All right, good. I take Killian Hayes.
Wait. Sorry, what was it?
All right.
I'm at 8 and he's at 7. At 7, he's probably going to take Killian Hayes. So I moved to give him 8 and 17 to move up to 7.
You read my mind. You played the chessboard perfect.
You gave up.
You know what I was going to do?
8 and 17 to move up 1 spot. So I already have Mitch. I got Frank. I got Kat. I got D'Angelo Russell. I don't need 17.
But why would the Pistons make that trade if they need a point guard? Like, what value?
Because they can get another. They get another pick. They're trying to rebuild, so they can get another.
Get 2 picks, huh? Right?
I could take.
They get 2. You got 2 picks.
In a weak ass draft, where it's probably better to get as high as value as you can. Why would
I made the trades already done. The trade's already done, and I'm taking.
Is the value in the draft after 15? Your man Will Perrin said the value in the draft is after 15.
Yeah, and he's right. There's a lot of players at the back end of the draft.
We hadn't gotten that far yet because I hadn't done anything.
I
think Atlanta Hawks were calling about the number 2 pick.
Man, these guys are just saying anything, man. Again, this is the same team that said Ian Bagley talking about, the Knicks aren't going to draft a player. Yeah, they're putting out smoke screens so people don't know what they're doing. This draft, you do not trade down in this draft. You take what you can at the top, and then if you have another pick, then you hope for the best. But at the back,
he moved down 1 spot. It's not like he moved 1 spot.
No. But the thing
my thinking is. But my thinking though is Killian Hayes and Tyrese Halliburton is the same value. So whether I get one or the other, I still get a quality. I still get a quality pick, and then get a first round pick. So.
The reason I made that trade with him was because at 7 I knew he was taking Killian Hayes, and I want Killian Hayes. That's why I made the trade.
Yep.
Yeah. So I take 7.
If you're a rebuilding team, the point guard is probably the most important part.
He's only moving 1 spot. He's going to take Halliburton.
If you don't have a point guard, you're usually not going to trade with another team for a need and a place of value. Like if you're talking about late pick and it's like, we're just taking a flyer, maybe that's one thing. But I don't think you usually, if it's another team that needs a guy like that, like a point guard to build around, they're not going to trade that pick. They're going to keep that pick and make the pick.
But the thing said it best, right? The value is about the same. Right? Halliburton and Hayes, right? And then you get another pick at 17.
Guillermo, he moved down one spot and picked up an extra pick because he's rebuilding.
Yeah. But that's
so he moved from 7 to 8 and got 17.
If you usually this is what you usually do, right? In a draft, if you're trying to make it, it'll be like 8 with 6, where 6 doesn't need the point guard, right? So the Hawks, like, right, perfect for me, right?
Yeah.
I would trade that pick because I don't need a point guard, right? I can go down and get a shooter, whatever, and I would trade with the Knicks just to make sure that the Pistons don't get it. If the Pistons need that pick, they're not going to trade out that pick for just to get another 17 when there's not a lot of point guard value. Like, no offense.
Yeah, there is around 17. You have Tyrell Terry at 17 if you wanted.
That's not the same thing as
right.
Killian Hayes.
That's why I traded with him, because I wanted Killian Hayes. I'm moving D'Angelo Russell to the 2 and Killian's my 1. Then I have Cat at the 4, Mitch at the 5.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the trade is not realistic. How you construct the team is no problem.
It's not meant to be realistic. If it was meant to be I'm not a GM.
Freezy just took the deal.
What I'm saying is this: I feel like a situation where I can get a Tyrell Terry and a Tyrese Halliburton is better than me getting Killian Hayes. I feel like if I get Tyrell Terry and Tyrese Halliburton, I have the backcourt of the future versus Killian Hayes. Just one Killian Hayes. I mean, that's my thinking for Detroit.
All right.
So.
Yeah, and I wanted Killian Hayes because in my eyes, Killian Hayes is going to be the best player out of this draft. In 3 years, if the Knicks take him, he's got to wait 2 or 3 years, but he's the best player in the draft.
Yeah.
All right. So what's Atlanta offering to move up to number 2 for Anthony Edwards?
Actually, wait, hold on. Wait, I'm at 6, right?
Yeah.
So, and the Knicks, you just traded with.
I traded with the Knicks for the number 1 pick, and they took LaMelo.
And then they took LaMelo, and then who just took the 8th? I can't think. Knicks just traded up with the Pistons.
Oh my God.
Hey, what's up, Danny? I'm trying to put in check. Go ahead, dog. I'm sorry.
So
no, I traded with New York. He got the number 1 pick, then I got the 8th pick and just moved it up 1 spot to get 7.
You're the Timberwolves. My bad. You're the Timberwolves, right?
Yeah.
And you want to pick Killian Hayes, right? You traded to the. I'm trying to think. You traded from the 8 back to the 7, so you have a shot at Killian Hayes.
Yeah, because I know him at Detroit was going to take Killian Hayes, so I made him an offer.
Right. So I'll take move up for Edwards. So I mean, sorry. So Freezer right now is Golden State. They have Edwards on tap or available. So with the Warriors, would you take? And you want to get cap release? Would you give me?
Yep.
Would you give me the number 2 pick and Andrew Wiggins for Collins, Porter,
Dwayne Dedman?
Yeah, actually, no, about fit.
I don't know how the contracts match up with Wiggins. What's Wiggins making?
27, something like that?
27 or 28.
And
you have the cap room.
Right, you don't have to match all that.
Yeah, Atlanta have the space.
Oh, right. We had like 46 million, right? Some craziness like that. Right. So would you take all right, I'll give you that. Oh, this card is retired. Would you take we have nobody on this team. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. All right, my bad. Would you take the 6th pick? Obviously, I swap it for the 2. You give me Andrew Wiggins because you want to get rid of him, and that pick for I give you John Collins because I ain't gonna pay him. I'll give you Dwayne Dedman.
Wow.
Actually, no, because you won't take that. He has 2 more years on his contract. Damn, I was gonna give you Clint Capella too. Damn, I can't do that.
I'm trying to salary dump.
He's getting out.
I can't do it, obviously. I gotta give you
thank you. I'm good on that.
All right, I'll give you John Collins, Kevin Porter, and a protected 10, 2000 and 23.
So you send out 17 mil. You're going to take back that 20, 28, 27 mil. Who you going after with the number 2 pick?
I'm going to get Edwards.
Okay.
I got Edwards. I got Wiggins. I got Trey. I still got Cam Reddish. Yeah.
That's a good 1, 2, 3 right there.
DeAndre Hunter. I still got DeAndre Hunter. Yeah. What do you say, Mr. Who else? Those brothers?
Bob Myers.
Bob Myers.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not looking to dump Andrew Wiggins because Andrew Wiggins is a 25-year-old, 20-point game scorer, wing scorer, just about entering his prime with excellent coaching from our coaching staff. I'm not looking to dump him. Now, what I am looking for is a motivation to trade the number 2 pick. I would like to dump salary, but Andrew Wiggins is not a salary dump in my opinion.
How the hell you take that shitty deal as the Timberwolves? Oh no, as that other deal, but you wouldn't take this deal?
Well, I got to steal.
I think Atlanta. I think Atlanta needs to pony up more so on draft picks. I can do a salary consolidation with somebody. I can't too. I'm going into next year. I'm going after Imani Bates or Cade Cunningham. Eddie Edwards ain't worth it, so I'm canceling it. I knew that. That's to me, that's probably the smarter thing to do. Because I think next year's draft picks will probably have more value. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
and if you're gonna lose, you might as well lose. I'll take a Halliburton, build my backcourt, and then.
Hold on. I want to come to Fleecy now. I want to make a phone call. I got a pitch in. I got to see what's the cost for to jump from 4 to 2. What's the going rate?
What does Golden State need?
Yeah. What do you want from me? What's it going to take for the Bulls to jump to number 2?
They will talk about that Wendell Carter.
So our backcourt is solidified. Like, you know, we have no needs in the backcourt.
You sure about that?
So if you're offering Zach LaVine, I don't see Zach LaVine.
Right.
Two injury-prone guards for the Warriors over the age of 30. You tell me you don't need a succession plan in place or something?
No, see, the injuries don't matter.
Right. So
players don't react in their athleticism. They're shooters.
That's not true at all.
I'm making
a person like Klay Thompson still cuts on his knee, so you have to be able to cut. Just because they're not doesn't mean they don't move with their knee and they don't.
They move without the ball a lot. Yeah, true that.
Yeah, that's a big misnomer. And Curry has had foot injuries and lower body extremity injuries for a while. Klay Thompson, obviously the ACL, everybody reacts differently. But again, you're talking about a guy who again moves off ball, moves very well off ball, even if he's not the fastest.
Wasn't Golden State? Wasn't Golden State looking for a proven veteran?
Hold on, I want to make. I'm making.
I'll tell you what I would do. I would do Andrew Wiggins. I would do Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and the number 2 pick for Bradley Beal, and the number 9 pick.
Run that by me again. Andrew Wiggins.
Draymond Green. Andrew Wiggins. Green. The number 2 pick for Bradley Beal, and the number 9 pick.
Wow, that's very enticing. Wow.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say that.
What was that?
That is.
Hold up.
Because what we need in Washington, we need a center. But the problem with Draymond Green, if we get a center, that center has to be able to shoot. Because Draymond Green doesn't stretch the floor like that.
At number 2, you can take James Wiseman.
Right, and I'm not really sold on his shooting at the moment.
Yeah, man.
The Draymond, we're gonna keep it simple in Washington. We're gonna go down the draft Onyeka Okongwu, and we're gonna just ride this out, re-sign Bertans, and we're gonna ride this out. I want to see what John Wall got after his injury. If not, Ish Smith will come in, alleviate him with some minutes. We're not in position. We only got $6 million in cap room. So you want to take some salaries off us? You want to take that John Wall?
Yeah, give him John Wall.
I can't do nothing else.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Did you say John Wall? Did you say John Wall?
John Wall. John Wall.
No, thank you.
Okay, 41 mil.
No, thank you.
So,
hey, how about this though? Minnesota. Minnesota, how about this? Would you be interested in a deal for the number 2 pick?
I'm interested. My fan base is bothering me about trading up. They're asking me to.
So Minnesota, I would offer you Minnesota's pick in 2021, top three protected. I would offer you the number 2 pick and our first round pick in 2024, along with Andrew Wiggins for Karl Anthony Towns.
Who's he talking to now? Minnesota?
Minnesota. So I'll offer him the number 2 pick in this year's draft, and the Minnesota pick next year, top 3 protected, is their pick.
Wow.
Andrew Wiggins
I'm calling
and the 2024 round pick for Karl Anthony Towns.
Goodness gracious.
Wow.
That doesn't sound like a lot, man, but that's a lot. That's a lot. Man. That's basically because think about it, if you give me Cat, right, it basically says that y'all gonna be in the lottery, in the same spot next year. But you can legit walk away with James Wiseman and Cade Cunningham and whoever in 2024.
Gas factor. He's gas factor.
The Warriors pick won't mean shit.
But hold on, I'm trying to negotiate. I'm trying to get into negotiate. How you guys get it? I'm trying to negotiate here. I'm trying to.
He's talking Minnesota.
He's still
talking Minnesota, right?
I made the first 4 calls. I mean, I'm here calling your phone. Man,
Chicago was on some move shit.
They won't mean much either because I made moves. I'll be probably making for the playoffs this year.
This guy, man, what the fuck?
What does Golden State need? They need another proven veteran, right? Like another scorer. What they need?
Yeah,
they can definitely.
No, all Golden State needs to do is make it to the season open healthy. We don't need nothing. We ain't Washington.
You do.
I need depth. I need depth. They got no bench.
No guards.
Who's your 4 who can score? Who's the guy that was a Harrison Barnes or a KD type? Obviously, you won't get a KD type. Who's that guy who's going to be able to score from the 4 position? And space out the floor from the 4 position, like 3-4, 4 power forward. But be able to space the floor out.
I'm not for sure. I don't want to say specifically because at the 3 we could do Klay Thompson or Andrew Wiggins at the 3. You know what I'm saying? We still have Draymond Green and Eric Pascal. You know what I'm saying? Our biggest need is a center that can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time.
Andrew Wiggins,
we don't need that because
2% from 3 last year. And his for career, he's shooting 33.2% for his career. He can't shoot. He can't space the floor. He stifles that system. As athletic and as good as he is, as talented as he is, he helps. He doesn't help perpetuate the system that they want to return back to with Steph and Klay.
New York, you don't want to offer Julius Randle to the Warriors?
I tried.
Nah,
I'm ready, man. I'm ready to go here, man.
No,
I got time to start around.
Free.
All right.
Jesus.
What you? Chicago waiting in the wings. They thirsty.
I'm waiting. I've been waiting.
Minnesota, you're not taking the 2 pick in that 2021 pick.
Chicago's done.
Minnesota's set, yo. They said, look, he had some yak and all that. He good.
Good, man. Yo, this is some bullshit, man. Oh, man. Go ahead, man.
No, hello. I want to make a phone call.
What do you mean?
You want to make a phone call?
Are you calling? You calling?
On you. I'm trying to get through to you. Trying to make a deal. What's going to take for the number 2 pick?
Okay. All right. I'm listening to offers. I'm wide open.
I mean, we got Otto Porter. I mean, that's a 1 deal. How many years is Andrew Wiggins' deal?
Oh yeah, Otto Porter got it done.
How many? First of all.
So Raphael legit called me 10 times back to back and then said Otto Porter.
You're supposed to hear a click right after that, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I want to trade up. Listen, I know you got the number 2 pick.
Right.
You got to call up Laurie or Wendell, man.
I believe Thomas Taransky could be a good backup point guard for you guys.
That's a great trade.
Who called me with Otto Porter, Thomas Taransky?
Yo, real talk. You are talking just like Chicago. They are misers, yo. Chicago are misers.
Right.
You're right.
You from the shy, dogs.
So we got the number 4. You don't need a starting backup. I mean, you don't need a starting. Your backcourt is fine. A backup point guard and a backup shooting guard could be decent for you guys.
For the number 2 pick?
Well, we just started the negotiation right now.
Yeah, I can grab backups out of free agency though.
Yeah.
And draft.
Why did he throw this?
Well, you got Andrew Wiggins. What do you want to do with Andrew Wiggins?
Get him a championship.
So you like the roster?
Right. So I mean, think about what I would be rolling out on opening night. I'd be rolling out a healthy Klay Thompson, healthy Steph Curry, a healthy Andrew Wiggins, a healthy Draymond Green, and a healthy Eric Pascal. So I got 5 guys. I'm going with the depth lineup from day one.
So you
right?
think that
From go. I don't need none of that stuff in order for me to get in order for me to make a move.
Okay, so you think you're gonna find this? You don't even need a backup either, right? You got everything you need, right?
He needs some at that 5, man.
No, I'm saying I can get backups out of free agency. I don't need to trade for backups, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
He needs to
All
start.
right, so let me know if there's anything. I'm interested in the number 2 offer. My fan base really wants to get Anthony Edwards. This trade that you see in mind. Is this a player in our roster you're interested? Let me know.
I ain't gonna. Yeah,
I tell you what we could do. I would give you the number 2 pick and Draymond Green for the number 4 pick and Zach LaVine.
Wow.
Ooh.
Let me sit on that. Hold on. Number 4 pick and Zach LaVine for the number 2 pick.
How you gonna rock that?
And Draymond Green.
And Draymond.
I don't know. Does Chicago have the money for Draymond? Because what's he on? Like 25?
Yeah.
I think they make the same money. I think they make just about the same money. And let me check and see though. I think Draymond makes more.
But
Chicago, you don't want to give up more marketing?
That's what I'm saying.
With marketing, I'm trying to see. But are you interested in Draymond Green? Are you interested?
I am Draymond Green.
No. Me and you, we got that squared. You ready? Let me know. I gotta see. I'm trying to work a third team for Draymond.
You know what? So the money doesn't match. So the money doesn't match. So I'd be asking for, since the money doesn't match, I need to get either Laurie Markkinen or Wendell Carter Jr. So I would do 2. I would do 2 in Wiggins for 4.
You gotta bring that back. Hold on, I gotta listen to that again. Say it again, please.
All right, so 2 and Draymond Green for 4, Zach LaVine and Laurie Markkinen.
Nah, Laurie Markkinen, he's not.
Okay, well, if it's not Laurie, then Wendell Carter and Daniel Gafford. I would do 2 and
maybe Daniel Gafford, but I can't do Wendell Carter. My fan base will kill me for that.
but they're already mad because they can't play together.
No, we can have a conversation about Daniel Gafford. I can't move Wendell Carter. It's too early. Nor can I move Laurie Markkinen.
Would you consider Kobe White?
Kobe White? No, I can't do it. It's too early. He's a great prospect. Our fan base loves him.
Doesn't matter what your fan base wants.
Yes, it does.
It matters what you think.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the GM, the fan base.
You're the GM. If you succeed, it doesn't matter.
This is how we talk. I listen to my fan base.
Chicago.
Go ahead.
No,
who's the shooter? You got to include a shooter for him.
Hold on.
Who's a shooter? You got to include a shooter. You know, that's Golden State.
Yo, flat. The fan base is already
I
mad.
want to shoot it from Golden State, or they want to shoot it from me.
Now, for you, like I'm seeing on your roster, you got a decent shooter for cheap on the cheap. Throw that in the package because they shoot.
Kobe White. I ain't moving Kobe White.
Nah, Luke Cornett.
Yep.
I like Luke Cornett.
You want to get the number 2 pick?
What? No, I never see nobody that's smart. This
Man. Hey, what's up, Kenyon M? What's good?
No, I mean in addition to another player, not just Luke Cornett, but in addition to.
No, hold on. We're working with
Luke Cornett's still in the NBA.
Gafford. I gave him Gafford, who's a solid 10 and 10. You know, that's a solid backup center. They could use a center, Golden State, or rebounding. He's cheap. He has promise also. So Daniel Gafford and the number 4, and also he said Zach LaVine.
You got Denzel Valentine.
Hold on.
Boy.
Just give him marketing and close the deal.
Yeah.
Marketing for number 2.
What are you doing? Why are you holding this up? If this thing leaks to the papers, you're gonna get fired.
I can have at least Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards or Lloyd Marketing.
Yeah.
No brainer.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, really, man, you're in a tough spot. So I'm offering. Think about what I'm offering you, man. I'm offering you a champion, and Draymond Green and the number 2 pick for some stuff you may not even consider in your future.
You know, I mean, you know, lately,
Draymond.
Larry Marketing
That's a big contract.
Larry Marketing hasn't been playing that good, man.
Yeah, guy, trade him.
He wants out. Yeah, Larry Marketing wants minutes, man.
But he fits Golden State. He fits Golden State perfectly, man.
He's been bumming it for the last.
I'm not the one that's. I'm the one that made the offer.
Where does Anthony Edwards fit with the Bulls? What role will he play? You got Zach LaVine, you got Kobe White. Those are scorers.
He's a top young talent, but it doesn't make sense. I'm giving you 2 talented players in Zach LaVine and Laurie Marketing for one. I mean,
he's giving Zach LaVine. You giving up Zach LaVine?
I didn't know LaVine was in there.
Me too.
But isn't Edwards still on the board? Wiseman's still on the board.
I can't take Draymond Green's salary.
Wiseman could be a higher ceiling Zach LaVine, and you're going to reset that contract. So that might be a no-brainer because, again, Zach LaVine, you have Zach LaVine, you put up the production.
Is that what? First of all, is James Wiseman gonna want to be here? If I have a Wendell Carter Jr. already,
it doesn't matter if you want to be there. You draft him.
You the one that's keeping Wendell Carter Jr.
You know where he goes.
Right.
Yeah, you can tell.
Freeze, you giving him Draymond Green too?
Yeah,
he's giving him Draymond.
Yes,
Draymond Green.
Listen, dogs,
Draymond.
You ship out both of them. You get Wiseman, and you have Draymond Green. Wendell Carter and Larry Marketing for Draymond and Wiseman.
I need
come on, man.
I'm not ready to make that deal. I'm not ready.
Okay, all right.
Wait a minute. So you're saying
I can't give Zach LaVine.
This is the official offer. This is the official offer. So the official offer is the number 2 pick in the draft and Draymond Green for the number 4 pick, Zach LaVine, and some young piece. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. What are we really even talking about?
Denzel.
Yeah, Laurie Marketing. No, I ain't want no Luke Cornett. I already been there and done that with Luke. I already know what Luke can't do.
Luke's a shooter.
The number 2 pick for the number 4 pick, and I got to give it Zach LaVine, and I don't think I'm ready to make that. It's something to sit on. I can't make the decision right now. So interesting.
But you called me.
Yeah.
You called me ready to kill. You called me 10 times back to back and said I don't put her. You called me 10 times back to back, and then it was like, yo, I don't put her.
One time. This is the first time. I can't get rid of 25 points.
Yo, the clock is ticking. You only got 5
I gotta
minutes.
think about that. I can't just move it like
Right,
that.
The clock's running.
yeah, I think the clock is dead. The clock is dead on that one. But so the reason,
We're talking NBA.
Raphael, the reason why I did this is because we go through the talk about what GMs in the NBA, what real GMs do, and how come they don't do things fast enough, to feed a hungry, starving fan base. And then we did the same, like put ourselves in their position, and we did the same thing that we think they're doing, like the Hammond and Han. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, we think, you know what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons why I just want to do that. So I felt like the best negotiation was probably what Minnesota was doing, like having a clear direction. And just listening to offers and knowing like exactly what they want to do. Now, when it came to points, Guillermo was like, "Yo, either I'm gonna do it or I'm not." You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna force me to do something that I don't want to do. So, but
quick question: anybody had any?
At the same time, Leon Rose, aka Woodshed, was like, "Yo, I know exactly what I want to do, and regardless of what y'all say, I'm gonna get the end result." So, I mean, if you look at it from them perspectives, like, Wood was like, "I know exactly what I want to do with this team, and this is, so he was spot on." You know what I'm saying? So he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get this thing done because this is what I want to do." So
Guillermo made a great point for rebuilding teams too. Sorry, go ahead, Freeze.
Yeah, and so the reason why I was so staunch from the Golden State perspective is, I don't have to pull off a move because I already have a championship level team, and my core is still intact. So while it seemed like I was just being, a crusty curmudgeon, what I was really doing is trying to protect the integrity of the team that I already had, and only accentuating, say, the proverbial places. So.
Did anyone have an issue with Wood trading Mitch for the second?
For the first.
No.
For the first, I mean?
I didn't because he had a direction.
No. He's in New York traded Mitch to me for the first.
Right, for LaMelo Ball. I'm saying, does anyone have an issue with that? I'm asking because in real life terms, like if that went down, would people be upset with that?
If it means I give up the 2 Dallas picks and Mitch if I keep 8 and take Oneka Okongwu with 8. So I get Oneka and LaMelo. That's what I do.
So you don't want to give up the 8 in that situation?
If I'm giving up Mitch, I give up extra picks just to keep 8. And then just go with LaMelo Ball and Okongwu. So you get a better like a better defensive and all-around center and then your point guard of the future. That's what I do.
Smart. Because Guillermo made a great point.
I don't know if it's done, but
my man knew he wanted the point guard. He knew he wanted the point guard, and he knew which point guard he wanted. So regardless of what he was giving up, he felt like the person he was the right player for his franchise. And even after he got LaMelo, he immediately said that he has the backcourt of the future for the next 10 to 12 years. So he believed in that player. There was no him and Han. He was decisive. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No doubt.
So
no doubt.
that's the reason why. That's the reason why I was giving him props for that, because he was decisive in the move that he was going to make.
But my whole thing is trading Zach LaVine. That's three future first round picks any day of the week. I can't just for 2 spots up. I can't do that. I can't trade for 2 spots up on a player that can get me 3 future first round picks off the rip. I can't do that.
Well, it depends on how you view Anthony Edwards, because if you feel like Anthony Edwards is the answer, then you trade for him. You know what I'm saying? But if you feel like it would have been nice, if it's just nice to have Anthony Edwards, then you don't trade for him.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I can't do it. That's just a bad precedent.
I think the reality
what I was
you can't keep everyone.
Strangely put back by was the Washington Wizards turning down that deal for Bradley Beal.
We ain't letting Bradley go anywhere.
That was kind of
run it back with John Wall and Beal for 1 year and see what happens.
Bradley's staying. John is coming back. Bradley's staying. Ride this out.
Yeah, they're gonna run it back for 1 year and see what happens.
Yeah, we can get a deal at the trade deadline for Bradley, but we got to figure out a way to get rid of this John contract if Bradley don't work out.
Yeah, John ain't going anywhere.
So Guillermo, what's the missing piece for Atlanta? What's the missing piece for Atlanta?
Atlanta, they need a two guard who can play off of Trae Young. I think they need some front court guys who are defensive but have some offensive. Are defensively inclined to have some offensive upside. You know, guys like Jalen Smith will work. Guys like I know they have Capella, but I'm not really the biggest fan of Capella. I need some of my big guys to kind of shoot to play off with Trae Young as well. A guy like James Smith, even a Daniel Turo would be good. A Kongu would be, probably excellent for them. We need some more slashing wings. I think DeAndre Hunter might come into his own, but it remains to be seen. Cam Reddish, I think might get traded or pushed soon. I don't know what it is about him, but I think he's been ill-developed since Duke. Right, he was more of an on-ball guard in high school, and he's never really truly embraced the role of being an off guard at Duke or nor really at yeah, they have a bunch of holes in their team. The biggest thing would be getting a front line back with Trae Young. That's why Halliburton.
If the Hawks don't take Halliburton, somebody can get fired. In 3 years, somebody can get fired.
I might take Halliburton or Killian Hayes.
For who?
But if I'm the Hawks, I'm taking Halliburton. I ain't looking at nobody else.
I might take Halliburton. Yep.
Halliburton fits well. Killian Hayes needs a ball in his hands, and he needs development. That would.
We know how to develop, just like we're developing Kobe White. We know what we're doing.
No, I'm talking about the Hawks, though. Well, Chicago knows what they're doing. You guys been losing this whole time, man. So.
That's right. But we know how to develop. We're developing Kobe White the right way. We're gonna, if Killian Hayes, if he drops, maybe we take him, develop him right.
Hey, Wood, that was a money deal, man. And you're going to throw that bag at the one you made. Get the first, get LaMelo, like Guillermo said about the point guard for rebuilding franchise, and then you throw the bag at Christian Wood, who's way more versatile and 24 years old, dogs. That was money. Money.
Oh, God.
Hey,
realistically, do you guys think that they're actually looking to maybe even move Mitch for that pick?
I'm in favor of it. I may go against the grain, but we got Christian Wood on the backside. You can get a point guard to set the franchise. I'm for it.
You talking about Christian Wood, what Christian Wood does now. Why wouldn't you move a Christian Wood now? Because you still have to you might have to pay or think about paying a guy like Mitch in 2 years versus you sign a Christian Wood, maybe give him a 2 and a 1. And he has a lot more. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he's more productive, and he probably does. His game is a little bit more in tune with what he should be doing, which is spacing the floor, be able to run, be able to create his shot as a big man. Yeah.
I mean, I like Mitch.
Let me ask this question to Legion of the Knicks podcast just real quick. So Legion, if you're Atlanta, why not look to throw the bag at or do a sign and trade for Brandon Ingram?
I don't think he's leaving.
Does he solve some of the issues that you mentioned?
He does, but I mean, I think you can go about it a little bit cheaper. Well, they have space. I'm stupid. Sorry, the Hawks have a shitload of space. Sorry about that. One thing I don't think the Pelicans are gonna let him go. I do like Brandon Ingram, but I don't like the blood clot stuff. He could fit Atlanta, but there are some other holes, but I'm not averse to doing that. Not averse to doing that at all.
Right, so the reason why I say that, I feel like there's a situation where you can do a sign and trade for Brandon Ingram and free up space where you may be able to pursue Christian Wood. You know what I mean? Like if you get rid of John Collins and not get rid of, but trade John Collins for future assets, and trade Clint Capella to a playoff contender that needs a rim running center right now, then you can free up space to go after, say, a Christian Wood.
Yeah, I think.
Or is that too much?
Would work. I think
too much tinkering?
I think the Hawks have to find a way to get rid of John Collins first.
Do you think the Knicks should make a move on that then?
On John Collins?
Yeah, I need a stretch 4.
I'm not sure. I think Wood is better. I honestly, I haven't watched enough of John Collins, so I'm not going to sit and act like I do know. But one of the times I've seen him with Trae Young, it kind of, I mean, you can see from the stats itself. I know he served the suspension, but I'm not sure if he really impacts that team. Even the same thing with Christian Wood. Christian Wood may not impact that Hawks team. I think, I mean, I'd rather the Hawks. I wouldn't mind the Hawks. Why am I talking like this? If I was a Hawk, whatever. They could have got the Halliburton, sign a Christian Wood. Can try to go after Brandon Ingram. I doubt you get him because that Pelicans team, I'm not sure they're convinced by just having it, making it Zion's team. I don't think Brandon Ingram's going to leave.
I have another one for you. If the Pelicans at 13 take a point guard, do we make a move on Lonzo Ball? Because if they take a point guard, they're not going to want to pay him. So
the Pelicans, they also got Bledsoe too. How do they get rid of that?
Huh?
They got a logjam now, right? Because I mean, you got Bledsoe and Lonzo. Taking the
and Lonzo, and if they take another, I see they might take Kira if he's available. They're going to take a point guard, I think. So if they take a point guard, Lonzo's available. What do we give up for him? Would you give up like 27 and 38 for him?
I give him 8. Shit.
You say you give him 8 for Lonzo?
I give him 8.
Oh God!
I give him 8. I mean, think about it.
Lonzo?
He said, "I give him 8."
Lonzo was one of the best defenders on the planet, bro.
I give him a 27 and a 30.
20, I give him a 27.
I drew a pick swap. I'd be like, give them 8, but they give us Lonzo and 13.
Well, see, I'm gonna tell you a trade I proposed last month, and everybody got in their feelings. I said I would send Frank Ntilikina in 8 and 38 for Lonzo and 13, and everybody was in their feelings about it. I'm like,
bro, who's everybody? I never heard that trade before.
Man,
I rock with that.
In the Twitter thing, I don't see all the because you guys are crazy in that Twitter thing. But
yeah, that was on the Twitter.
Good. Yeah, both of those are good. 13 and 8 for the 8 and Frank and I would do that.
It was Frank 8 and 38 for Lonzo and 13.
I'd do that. You just start
just feed him, take up 38 at first, and then entice him. Yeah.
Then you get Naismith or someone with 13 shooter.
People, man, everybody lost their mind. I'm like,
yeah.
Y'all bugging. I'm like, y'all really bugging today.
Just think about the Knicks have so many options, man.
See, wow. I don't know what the problem is. Last year they were all crying for superstars with KD and Kyrie, and now they can get Westbrook on the cheap, and they're like, no, I don't want to touch him. We want to rebuild. They're like, so they literally went from wanting to get 2 superstars to a rebuild real fast.
That's called being psychologically damaged.
You know what gets me though?
Teddy, please stop. Teddy is singing that "We Always Love Frankie" joint. Every time I see Teddy say something about Frank, I just think about that "We Always Love Big Papa" song. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why are we legit not at least entertaining trading Frank Ntilikina? I mean, what has Frank done?
You're picking Teddy.
I
would do that deal.
I'm not extending him as of right now. I'm not extending Frank. So if I can package him with a pick to bring in Lonzo, who I think is worth an extension, I'm gonna do it, man.
What?
See, to me, I look at Knox and Frank have until the deadline. If they don't prove by the deadline, they're out.
Out of here.
Next up.
Out of here, man.
What is it for Frank? I mean, I don't see a high ceiling for Frank. I just don't.
He's a good point guard defensively, and he can do little things, but he's not a starting point guard. Neither is DSJ. Knox can be something, but I just don't see it working here.
I mean, Elfrid Payton came back from injury and beat both of these dudes out. Like after that, I was done, man. I don't want to hear nothing else about potential. I don't hear about potential. I don't want to hear about age. I was done, man. I was done.
Frank is a player that you can hide on a good team that will benefit, like a Golden State Warrior playoff team. Frank, he'll fit better there. Like he doesn't have that much to offer, but defense.
He's like a
See,
Tony.
the thing is, too,
Man,
like,
Frank is not
Tony Allen.
getting. Yo, why do we keep saying that? So Jay Dales, why we keep saying that when if Frank can't do diddly on a bad team, what make you think he's gonna do a lot on a good team? To me, that just don't make sense.
Nah, he's not gonna do a lot on a good team. He's gonna be who he is. But the spotlight and expectations change when he gets. Let's say he goes to Golden State Warriors. You don't expect nothing from Frank but defense, and that's okay. But when the Knicks have so many holes and needs, he's expendable. He's not plugging those holes.
Right.
Man, if Frank goes to the Golden State Warriors, they're going to give Frank a towel and they're going to say, hey, waive this for 48 minutes. That's exactly what they're going to do with Frank Ntilikina and Golden State.
Well, right now,
you know what I'm saying? And I'm not down. And listen, I'm not down on our prospect, man. But what I'm saying is I think we tend to value our prospects more than teams around the league. You know what I'm saying?
No, see,
I mean, if Frank and to his credit, if Frank comes back this year, is 11 points and 5 assists and in the top 100 in defense, then I'll say let's extend him. But the historically his markers are not trending in that direction. The only thing that he's improved markedly that we've seen is his handle and his free throw percentage. That's it.
This is what you can give Frank to. He's one of the top 5. I think he's the best in pick and roll defense or something like that.
He was 2 years.
But he has to build on that. Yeah, he has to build on that.
The problem with Frank and Knox was they never got a chance coming in. They come into the toughest city to play in with no development and a shitty coach. Frank's been through, this is what, 4 coaches for Frank now. Like, the thing is, New York needs to be patient. If we get Killian Hayes or LaMelo or somebody, you got to give him 2 or 3 years. New York seems to have it of getting a point guard in, and if he doesn't work out the first year, they want him out.
But you gotta identify the ceiling. Like, what is the ceiling with Frank? Like 15 points? If that's the ceiling, I'm all in. But
15 and 6 or 15 and 4.
I don't even think he can get that.
You know what the ceiling is?
15?
You know what the ceiling is?
Get that.
You want to know what the ceiling is? The ceiling is Alfred Payton. That's the ceiling.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, God, I'm ceiling.
That's what
I'm saying.
Wood, you are a troll.
Or maybe
It's the truth, man. It's the truth. He can develop into a point guard and he'll score you 10 points. He'll get you 5, 6, 7 assists, and he'll get you 3 or 4 rebounds. I mean, I'm not trying to diss the kid. I'm just being honest, man. Like, we can't continue to give somebody 20 minutes a game, and you give me pretty good defense.
This year. It's going to happen this year because Tibbs loves defense and Frank
a lot of other
plays
people want to give him more minutes.
He's going to get in at least 30 minutes this year because, like as I said, Tibb loves defense and Frank's he's a defensive player.
No, but he can't. No.
If he gets that 30 minutes and he can't put up 15 points and 5 assists, listen, dogs. Listen, man.
Yeah. Me, I see him as a backup 2 guard.
We have to stop being in love with lovable losers, man. Look, I like Frank Ntilikina. If he goes to another team, he kills it. God bless him. That other team probably has a better foundation, better players, and that's what you're supposed. That's what happens when you run into good teams. They have something that accentuates your strengths, hides your weaknesses while allowing you to work in it. It happened with THJ. He became one of the best off-ball shooters in the league. Moutier had some production for the Utah Jazz. That's how winning programs do. We have to worry about building a winning program. And if we have to move a guy like Frank, right? Because if we made THJ turn into what he did with the Knicks again on the Mavericks, he'd probably look just as bad, right?
Right.
Same thing with Moutier, right? We have to find. Look, you can try to find diamonds in the rough and all that stuff, and that's fine. But the Knicks need to worry about drafting guys who fit a certain vision, which I think should be
develop them.
Aggressive guys, and yes, and develop them. And properly
we haven't developed nothing. We get guys and expect them to play well. If they don't like it, then they sit in the bottom of the bench. I think this is going to be the first year we start developing. The last regime is done. Frank and Knox, they don't have a shot. We need to start from now.
You guys killed Frank Ntilikina, and rightfully so. But Knox looks like shizit. He looks bad.
But let me ask you, how many minutes has Knox averaged last year?
How much he
Knox didn't give any minutes.
Freezy doesn't kill him enough. That's Freezy.
Knox had games where he had like 24 minutes. Now he didn't average 24 minutes.
Listen, guys.
But that's
guys,
blame
that on Freezy. Blame that on Freezy.
I want to see 1 year what he can do.
The Kevin Knox pick never should have happened. Kevin Knox pick never should have happened. You had Michael Porter Jr. and Miles Bridges.
Michael Porter Jr.
was hurt. It was taking a chance.
Gill just should have been picked.
Everybody.
What did you have to lose?
Huh?
What do we have to lose?
No, you can't give the New York fan base an injured play on draft night. They're like, yo, what are you doing?
The Nuggets have the luxury of sitting back and allowing the guy to slowly come into his own. The Nuggets are a playoff team with the Porter Jr. That was a luxury pick, and this guy has general back issues. Like they said, the guy say his sister has like she has to stay in bed for days or something like that because they have the same history.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Anybody else I agree with. And they should have done their drafting.
But here's the thing, though.
If Michael Porter Jr. came here, he wouldn't be any good. The thing is,
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
He had a year to sit behind in Denver and watch and learn before he got.
I don't agree with that. Healthy. You know why? Because look, Porzingis was already out. Where were the Knicks going? What do we have to lose?
But Porzingis was out the door the day he was drafted.
He was already out.
But I'm saying though, don't take another injured player in the draft. As bad as the Knicks are, you can't say, yeah, we're going to select this player with chronic back problems. You can't do that.
No,
but every doctor that said that looked at his back has said the same thing. Even if he gets re-injured, it's not devastating. The risk of re-injury, it wasn't even that high. But here's one thing, okay.
But sir, it's not necessarily the risk of re-injury. Well, it's not the risk that is going to turn into something worse. It's the fact that he'll just be out a bunch of games. And now you're back at the board where it's like, all right, how do we build with this, right? We're not winning with this guy because he wasn't going to win with the Knicks, right? So it's like, all right, how do we build this guy? Where's the value at? You know what I mean? Because again, the Knicks, you're going to have an RJ Barrett, maybe another guy, maybe you start to win, but a guy like that, he's out so many games. You're back to drawing board, probably drafting for his position again because it's like, I don't know what we got from him. So MPJ was not the pick. Now, SGA, if the Knicks did the pick, you know what I mean?
SGA should have been picked.
So,
so let me ask y'all this. Okay, so let me ask y'all this so we won't do the round and round with the hypothetical. So at the end of this week, I want to give everybody a chance, right? I'm going to give everybody a chance to answer a fair amount of time. At the end of this week, will Kevin Knox still be a Knick? Go ahead, Guillermo.
Yes. They're not going to trade unless.
Hey,
hello. Oh, I was going to say.
Go ahead.
I mean, look, the whole Westbrook thing is put like this: the Knicks get a point guard in the draft, right? And it's not something like late. I'm not talking about like at 38 you get Cassius Winston or something like that. I'm talking about you could get a Carroll, you get maybe a Killian. Not, I don't think he's gonna drop it. Terry, you maybe trade it up for him, back up for him from the 27th spot. I don't think Knox goes because again, our biggest weakness right now is point guard. And if you get the point guard, obviously, if we don't get a point guard, Rockets will have more leverage because it's like, well, you need a damn point guard, so you got to give us something. That's the only way I see Knox going because, again, I don't think they can ask for much for a guy that Rockets team is crumbling. And they probably, if they could get Harden for some picks and some assets, they probably don't want Westbrook there as well either. So they probably let Westbrook go as a salary dump to the Knicks. But maybe just give us something like a Knox, entice us. Yeah. So that's the way I see it. But other than that, we draft a point guard. I don't see Knox going.
See, I don't see Knox going either because he has no value in the league.
Hey, hold up, Joe. Let Will go. So we're gonna go around in a circle, and then we'll reverse back around. Go ahead, Will.
I predicted at the end of the week, Kevin Knox is gonna be a Houston resident.
Wow.
Okay.
Wait, sorry, can I ask my question quick? Is that us getting a point guard in the draft?
That's well, I don't know what's going to happen in the draft. What I'm expecting to happen is I'm expecting the Bulls to do something crazy, like pick Patrick Williams, and we get Obi Toppin. And once we get Obi Toppin, Russ will be
Yeah.
Russell be a Knick that night.
Oh,
Oh my God, we already had this discussion on Twitter. Let me. Hey, okay, all right. So Jay Dill. By the end of the week, do you expect Kevin Knox to be a New York Knick?
I would say by the end of free agency, he won't be. I don't know about this week, but I don't think he's going to get past free agency.
I disagree.
Okay.
Think he's going to be
All right.
here?
Hey, go ahead, Rep.
Obi Toppin.
I disagree. I think he's going to be here the whole year.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm not saying,
All right.
and I'm not saying that I'm
All
crazy.
right, go ahead.
I'm here to be. I'm not here to answer the question honestly.
I think at least until
All right,
the trading deadline. I think that's
Right.
the.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
I believe he's going to be in Houston by the end of it. Not this week, but the trade deadline. I think
That's
if
what I
we're
meant,
making a move for Westbrook, we're probably going to throw Frank and Knox and not deal with Randall. So I think Frank and Knox could be gone in that, which I have no problem with.
All right. So to round it off, I think Kevin Knox ass is gone tomorrow or today. I don't see him lasting past Thursday. I think it's going to be a big announcement done on draft night where he's going to be included in a package for Russell Westbrook, and then we're still going to take a point guard. So, but anyway, let me ask you this in reverse order now. Will Frank Ntilikina be a New York Knick by the end of the week? Will he survive this week? Go ahead, Joe.
See, to me, if Killian or LaMelo drop, I think they'll try and move up using either Knox or Frank. But if they don't, I think Frank and Knox are both gone in a Westbrook trade. And that I wouldn't mind it at all.
All right. Go ahead, Raphael.
What was the question? I'm sorry. What was the
Will
question?
Frank Ntilikina be here? Will Frank Ntilikina be here at the end of the week?
That's 50-50. That's a hard question, man.
Yeah.
Look, I think Tibbs is going to give him a chance, man. I think that he's going to get into the NBA deadline. So
yeah,
and
that's a possibility too, because I think his
I
defense
think
might help.
I think trade deadline. Yeah. But I'm starting to have second thoughts about that Kevin Knox, man. I'm starting to maybe he goes to the Chicago Bulls might be after him. Maybe Chicago, work something out for Kevin Knox.
That's if we're moving up to get LaMelo. Then if LaMelo falls to 4, then the Knicks are going to pounce.
Choices. I think
Kevin gets out of the top 3. The Knicks are moving up.
All right, so go ahead, Jay Dills.
Yeah, Frank is going to be here at the end of the week. I give him to the trade deadline because of the fact that Tibbs loves defense. So
okay.
He's going to give him a shot.
Okay. All right, Wood. So what you say?
Am I speaking with my head or my heart right now?
Be logical, brother. Be logical, brother. Be logical, brother.
So check this out. I'm going to say that, not to bite on Jay Dills, but I think by free agency he's gone because it doesn't make sense for him to be here. You know what I'm saying? And the question I ask is, can you find a better player than Frank Ntilikina for $6 million? The answer is yes.
Hell yeah! I'm about to say hell yeah.
The answer is yes. And I'm restocking my wings. Is Desmond Bane a better fit for philosophically than Frank Ntilikina? Yes.
What? I think Frank is a wing player. I don't even think he's a point guard at all.
Okay. Well, let us go back. So Guillermo, what you think? Will Frank Ntilikina be here by the end of the week? Will he survive this week?
I think if he's a so-called missing piece to just entice the Knicks, get Westbrook over here, where they use it as a salary dump and they just want a Frank or something like that, he's good as gone. Again, I agree with Woodshed, man. I like Frank. I feel Frank's. I can see what they saw in him when they drafted him. But again, to replace his production and even more, probably even cheaper, right? You can do that. You don't feel like you have to pay this guy because again, he's going to be free agent. What are you going to pay him? $10 million to stay there and not be able to hit shots or score or penetrate to the basket? Yeah, I mean, you can find defensive players in this draft. You can find a Desmond Bane, a guy's going to come and give you probably 35, 36 from three. Even though I know he's shooting 40 in college, I'm just trying to discount a little bit. And play good defense. I know he's older, like what is he, 23, 24, but he comes in cheap and he can do what Frank did and more.
Can I say something? Can I say something real quick? I would do two things with Frank. I would ask Toronto if they wanted Frank, and we take Matt Thomas. Matt Thomas is a sniper, straight sniper.
Nice.
Or,
man, nobody about him.
Yeah, he's a sniper. Or I would look at the Alec Burks. Alec Burks to come off the bench. Alec Burks to come off the bench. You pay Alec Burks $3 million, and he can be more productive than Frank. So like those two things, I'm tapping Toronto. Yo, what's good?
Yo, JJ, you know Alec Burks been in the league for like 10.
Yeah, he's a fossil, but he's still.
It's weird. I looked up and wait. How did Alec Burks getting drafted? Yeah. Like what the hell?
Yeah, you know,
like 12 years, man.
Yeah,
Alec Burks with Golden State now, isn't he? Or what with Golden State, isn't he?
So let me hey, hold on. Let me say my thing. Let me wrap up the Frank by the end of the week thing. So I feel like Frank will be here by the end of the week. Do I want him here? No. And it's not because I hate Frank Ntilikina. I think we should use Frank as an asset to get something that's going to be more productive because I can't continue to gamble on Frank's potential. Because Frank had, and so this is Frank's fourth year. So we've gone through 2 legit years of saying, oh, Frank only need to tighten up this. And if Frank does this, he'll be this. Right? So I'm frustrated at that. So I would rather see Frank develop somewhere else, and much prosperity and love to that brother. But I think it's time to cut bait and move on. It's just too much. It's just too much for. It's just too much for a Knicks fan to handle. One time we thought Frank Ntilikina was 6'7". Remember that? Oh, Frank is 6'7" with a 7'3" wingspan. It's just too much, man. It's time for him to cut bait and move on. All right, so I'm gonna start back the reverse circle, right? I'm gonna start with Guillermo this time. And here's the question. I want everybody to hear it clearly. What is the surprise move the Knicks are gonna pull off this week? The move you didn't see the Knicks didn't see coming from the Knicks. What's the surprise move Leon Rose had tucked away for 7 months?
Well, I mean, if it's a surprise, we probably don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, we haven't heard really anything. The surprise move, I'll say a surprise move. Maybe they use, if Anthony Edwards goes first and Wiseman goes second, maybe they know that the Hornets want Westbrook to prevent Chicago from taking LaMelo Ball. Maybe they trade up Frank and Mitch Robinson. No, they trade up Mitch Robinson and Knox plus the 8, and maybe a future protected pick to get to that number 2 spot. I'm sorry, the number 2 spot to get another ball. That's if they goes first. Maybe even a Wiseman goes next or a Kungwu, and then you have the Hornets. They had a prime position for people to try to move up. Because the Congo's been moving up some draft boards. He possibly be taking over Wiseman. Only had 3 games in college. So yeah, I can see that happen. But yo, guys, I gotta be out, man. I gotta go get sleep. But I will see you guys today.
So where are you gonna be at today?
I'm gonna be on my site. But if you need me to come on your site to do like a simultaneous thing, man, I'm down to do that, man. And have basically everybody kind of circulate through both our channels, man. So. Any subscribers I got, man, that I can help you out with, man, I'll definitely do that. Just let me know. I'll be on like around like 7 or 6.
Are you guys on Sims chat for the draft?
I'll also be in Sims chat. I'll be in like open. You can open up as many browsers, so I'm just gonna be on everybody's thing. But
yeah, it's just simultaneous. Oh yeah, man! I have multiple offers to do like multiple stuff, like from dudes around the country. I don't know. I ain't big time, and what I'm saying is that you know I love to come on, and be in the being frenzy. Look
at Freezy. He does one Harry Carson interview. Now he's freaking Walter Cronkite. You can't get an interview. Me and Freezy used to do episodes for 3 hours on a Friday. Now he's getting offers from MSG. He can't work with me anymore. That's cool, man. That's what's up, man. It was nice.
I mean, they showing love to the channels, man, and I just want to show some love back. That's all. That's all it is.
I'm only joking. I'm happy with you. You, man. Salute to Freezy for the Harry Carson interview, man. I don't know what your skills are. I don't know what your skills are, Freezy, but you have good interviewing skills, man. You let people talk. You know how to control things, man. I don't know that you're looking for. I don't know if you look into that, but I'll say you have a good skill of doing that, man. That Harry Carson interview. I'm a Jet fan, and I was, kept in that whole conversation. So salute to you.
I got a surprise. I got a surprise guest that I'm working on for you. Right, a dude that was drafted by the Jets.
Whoa!
Yeah, a dude that was drafted by the Jets.
Can you at least tell me the position?
I ain't gonna tell you.
Can you give me one?
I ain't gonna tell you, but me and him been on social media for a long time. Huh?
He's been on social media for a long time.
Where's he from?
I'm not gonna tell you.
I thought you said he was from somewhere. Dogs.
You said he's been on social media for a long time.
Yeah.
He's from Port Unknown. That's where he's from.
From where? Port.
But listen. Once I get him booked, you got to be on the interview.
Yeah, I did. Wait. He's from where? You said Port what?
Parts Unknown.
Oh, Parts Unknown. I think you said Port something. My bad. All right.
No.
Right.
Right. Listen, he was drafted by the Jets really high.
In
you
what year? What decade? Can you just tell me what decade?
I'm not telling you that. I'm just saying.
Oh,
hey, Legion, listen, Legion. Let me make sure I secure it. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been talking about it, kicking it around, but I'll tell you this. He played defense for y'all. That should narrow it down a lot. He was drafted really high, and he played defense for y'all. So anyway, I'm trying to book that, and then once I'm able to get that in the bag. Once I get that in the bag, Knicks at night will be the first to know.
All right, cool. Yo, it was nice seeing all you guys, man. Hopefully I can see you guys tomorrow, man. Salute.
G-Money, no doubt.
Take care, man. I gotta get some sleep. All right, man. Peace.
G-Money.
Yo, hey, I'm gonna get out of here too, but I wanted to give everybody some FaceTime to wrap up and let me know where they're gonna be at tomorrow, and then that way, the fans and everybody will know where to find us at. So, Raphael, you got something going on tomorrow or today? I'm sorry.
I try to come through. I mean, depending on how I sleep or wake up, But I was gonna say, I agree with you about your Frank assessment, but I think he'll be a good backup if he backs up RJ or if he backs up Kevin Knox, or that's the best thing he can do.
He's a utility player, yeah.
$4 million contract like Reggie Bullock or a Tony Allen contract, that might be okay. That's the best he can do. I don't know how much is that worth. I don't know, but that he's a 15-man roster. I mean, he could probably be the 11th man or the 12th man off the bench.
Hey, Art, how'd you know? Art, how'd you know? Somebody told you? No, I'm just messing with Art. Anyway, my bad, Raphael. Hey, my bad. Hey, so I'm working on a guy and with Guillermo. I just got to find my man's stuff. Once I find my man's stuff, man, I'm certain he'll jump on with us. Or whatever, especially after I told him that I got his homeboy lined up too. So I already know I'm confident that's in the bag. So, okay. But so tomorrow, y'all, I'm gonna bounce around a lot. I don't know exactly what time I'm gonna be at what place or whatever. I know Coach Farr wanted me to do, and some others have wanted me to come through too. So. But tomorrow night though, I want to have everybody back here so that we can recap everything. And listen, tomorrow night I might not even talk. I might just turn the mics on and just let y'all go at it. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna have to regulate, dogs. You're gonna have to regulate because we're gonna have a lot of chit chatter. You gotta regulate that.
I know, because today's our Super Bowl basically.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm with the chit chatter. Go with it. I'm okay with the chit chatter.
Yeah.
Surprise move is gonna be Mitch.
The surprise move that
That's gonna be a surprise move. What I think.
My surprise move is the Knicks. There's two things. I have two surprise moves. The Knicks trade down, and possibly the Knicks absorb a player's contract. So it'll be within this week or this week for sure. I'm guessing this week. They're gonna trade down this week. I'm thinking they're not gonna stick with the 8th. They're gonna trade down, get another pick. And and now that we did this whole GM thing, Wood, he was being the Knicks. I can see why the Knicks are always looking for that extra pick. They need it. So I see them trading down. Hey, listen, man, we need more picks.
I think the surprise will be trading up to 5 to secure Obi Toppin.
What? Wow.
Damn, they love Leon Rose is in love with Obi, yo.
I don't know.
Wow.
I'm gonna throw one out there, just something I read. The Knicks, I don't know how people feel about this, but the Knicks trade their 8th and Mitch for Vucevic. I read that somewhere.
Orlando?
Yeah, I read it.
Yeah. You read it too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're hungry for anybody who's gonna give an extra pick of future first round pick. The Knicks gonna take it.
And I say that because Tibbs wants vets. You know what I'm saying? He wants that win now. Vucevic is 29, but he's still, he can still run that table with us. So
that's reality, man.
Yeah, dog. Yeah.
My question for that: why not just trade down to 15 and take the Aaron Gordon contract straight up? And you don't have to do Obi Toppin. You don't have to do no Obi Toppin. You could just say, hey, listen, Julius, you slide down the center, you take Aaron Gordon, and you take the 15th pick.
It depends on how they feel about Aaron Gordon.
I mean, that's no different. I mean, you got Aaron Gordon and
Vucevic put some numbers, dogs.
Huh?
Vucevic, he's
a great player. Vucevic is a great player.
Yeah.
He's not no Jokic, but he's definitely top 5, top 10.
Yeah, top 5 centers, no doubt.
I don't really see that Vucevic conversation, but I can see an Aaron Gordon conversation. I'm just trying to be realistic.
How much is Aaron Gordon making?
18.
It's like 18 million.
So, he's talking about what is talking about Obi. I can see instead of Obi, they'll go for Aaron Gordon, who's good friends with Alfred Payton. Hey, what's going on? Let's do a reunion in New York. You know what I mean? I know Aaron Gordon. I also know Julius Randle. I beat out all the point guards. I'm better than DSJ and Franklin Lakina. Why don't you come to New York?
I just think that Leon Rose would not, if he has the opportunity to have a lineup that includes Obi Toppin, Russell Westbrook, RJ Barrett, and Mitch Robinson, and whoever you get it, like Desmond Bain, or you can sign a wing. I don't think he'd pass that opportunity up.
But my whole thing is, I don't think Russell Westbrook is getting traded this year. I think they're going to hold on to him and his value. People might disagree, but this is the lowest his value is going to be. I think Houston's going to hold on to him. They're going to trade Harden because that's a good time to trade Harden, and they're going to hold on to. Okay, so that's another.
They can't though, because Houston is already $14 million above the cap.
He ain't gonna pay a luxury tax.
You're gonna be paying
Harden. That contract the salary is gonna be fine.
But no. Well, they got to trade Harden first, and they still got to take some money back.
They're gonna trade Harden first,
and then what we fail to mention is that teams that trade and above the salary cap have to match salaries. So even if you do get rid of Harden's salary, you still have to take in within 20% of the exiting salary.
Brooklyn
You
could.
know what I'm saying?
They still be over the cap. Good point, Freeze. Yeah.
Let me answer that question. They're gonna take Torian Prince, which is $15 million per year. They're gonna take Garrett Allen's $8 million. They're gonna take Karis LeVert, which is I don't know $8 million. They're gonna take Joe Harris, re-sign Joe Harris. They're gonna re-sign Joe Harris, and it's gonna be a sign and trade Joe Harris.
So what's the total of all those players? What's the total?
It's still not 45.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I think you're gonna fill up with, if you have, and then they're gonna get the next 19th pick. So you're gonna have maybe they'll fill it up to like 30 or 40. Maybe they add another team, like the Knicks might jump into Joe Harris into that situation. Hey, listen, I see you traded Harden. What you want for Joe Harris? You sign and trade him. Maybe the Knicks are gonna jump into that Joe Harris. Listen, we'll give you a player.
Don't need to. Joe Harris is a free agent. You don't need to jump in nothing.
The
Joe Harris is the bank.
trouble.
Yeah,
The reason
in trouble.
But it's gonna be a trade to Houston because
here's the reason they're in trouble.
Bogdanovic was a sign and trade, just like Bogdanovic was a sign and trade to the Bucks. I believe it's gonna be a sign and trade with Houston.
Well, see, here's why Houston's in trouble. They've already started deconstruction of the roster.
What's good?
So, by sending away Covington, they already started deconstruction. If they don't trade Westbrook, they're gonna be paying tax on a 35-win team.
He don't want to do that. He said Fertitta said he ain't trying to do that. They got it, dog. They're gonna gut it.
All right, maybe you're right.
That's the exact thing Houston doesn't want to do.
I'm sticking with my gun, but I still think that they're gonna. I still think they're gonna get the salary cap fine with Russell Westbrook, and then they're gonna flip him for 2 first. They need. The thing is that Houston Rockets needs picks. They can't walk away with just 2 picks for Harden.
No, they won't. But so here's a better question: what, as a Knicks fan, what is your limit in terms of the number of picks you would give up for Westbrook?
Let me close the cap on one thing. So let's close the cap on one thing. So the Harden to the Nets thing, we'll just close the cap on that, and then we'll just focus on J Dill's question. So what J Dills is saying, like, what do we really give up for Russell Westbrook in a market that's super low on him? Like how many draft picks do we give up? And then what is the value of those draft picks? Because we can legit say we give up 3 second-round picks for Westbrook. That's 3 draft picks, but their values aren't the same first-round picks. You know what I'm saying? So to answer J Dill's question, I'm a defer to Woodshed to see what he think, because right now I'm not for sure what I would give up in order to get Westbrook.
What my package for Westbrook would look like would be a lot like that package that Scott Perry got for Melo from OKC, which is basically young players. We got Dougie McBuckets. We got
Enos.
Yep, and then we got Cantor, and then we got that second round pick. So what I would frame up for them is I'm giving you Randall, who's a player in his prime, flexible contract coming off your books in a year. I'm giving you, I think we got Detroit second round pick next year. I'm giving you that. And then I'm also giving you Frank Ntilikina and probably Kevin Knox, because what I'm giving you is basically 3 first round picks, talents in Randall, Knox, and Ntilikina, and I'm giving you a high second because Detroit's gonna be trash. And if I was pressed to do it, I may throw in 27.
Now, I do 38. I do 38, but I definitely wouldn't give them a first for Russell Westbrook. I do 38 for sure. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, hey, listen, in a good faith effort, listen, I know y'all trying to rebuild. 38 is in the top 40 of the draft. You know what I'm saying? Just a good faith effort in trading and such. You know what I'm saying? It's like paying for dinner on your first date. Like, you don't know what the date gonna be like, or even if you're gonna like the person you going out on a date with. But as a good faith effort, you pay for dinner or pay for whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just the way I'd look at it. So,
all right, I would definitely do. I would do the 27th and the 2022. Yeah, 2022 first. And that depends on who we're able to send out. If it's Randall included, I'll do those 2 first. If there's no Randall included, I'm only doing maybe, like you said, the 38th, and maybe I'm gonna give him a first, a 2022. But the number first would depend on if Randall is going out with the package. If he's not, they get one first.
Right.
If he is,
Right.
I may consider those two first.
So here's the question though: with Westbrook and Thibodeau, and flexibility still to make more moves after that, like you can literally get Westbrook and Buddy Hield this offseason.
So that's what I was saying about the Julius Randle. If you put Julius Randle and let's say the Taj or either Portis, like something that adds up to $33 million or more, I think was a package I looked at was $33 million. We were left with like $27 million after deducted, so we still have money to make moves. But I agree with you about the Buddy Hield joint, yo.
So think about that. So what's your first round pick worth at that point? When you got a backcourt of Russ and Buddy, a Hall of Fame shooter, with RJ on the wing as well. I mean, what's it worth?
I mean,
that's a 50-win team.
The future is bright, brother. The future is bright.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That flexibility is crazy. They got to play this right.
Because I still got eight. I get your boy. I get your boy Neesmith. I got Russell Westbrook, Neesmith, and I got Buddy Hield. That's a motherfucking problem.
What?
That's a problem.
What?
That's a problem.
Hey, shout out to Big Oso, Big OSO. I just saw a couple of comments in the chat, and so Big OSO look like they know what they're talking about. I think Big OSO might have found a home here. You know what I'm saying? Fitting right in. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to because he was like because Big OSO automatically said 22 is the double draft where high schoolers and college players will be in. And that's something to take into consideration.
Okay.
Because you say, even though there'll be more talent in the draft, there'll also be, a lot more kids to look at. Like, I mean, it's like the double-edged sword,
Yeah.
So, also listen, man, I'm looking for ideas for guests to bring on to Knicks at Night, not Lawrence Tears per se. But Knicks at Night, right? I legit want to get somebody to come on the show, and so that we can kind of chop it up with them. And they don't have to be like a celebrity. Like I was saying, of course we want to be a celebrity, somebody with some cachet.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, I was saying, man, my preference would be John Starks and Raymond Felton, right? Raymond Felton will probably be easier for me to obtain. I say that, but I hadn't asked. I hadn't talked to him or his people or nothing. But I want to get y'all ideas on people that y'all like to talk to in the middle of the night to talk about just whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just drop some. Hit me up on the socials, Twitter, whatever. Or throw some comment. Man, I ain't J.R. Smith. Man, get out of here. He might, but you never know. But the thing is, I don't know J.R. Smith. Man, to be honest with you, I don't know. Some of these cats, like, I generally don't know and don't know they people either, or don't know what they require. Because if they require something from me, man, they can't come on here. Because the main, I don't want people just to come on and think it's going to be like one of them deals. It's all about them. We want them to come on and be a part of the crew. You know what I'm saying? That's my main thing. Come on here and get in the chat with Woodshed and Raphael and Jay Dills and just chop it up. You know what I'm saying? So
my cousin played point guard for the Knicks, man. Marbury, but I ain't talked to Steph in like 6 months. He ain't
like that 6 years, dog. 6 months is light.
We need to get. Man, listen. I'm a huge fan of Strawberry. You know what I'm saying? I'm a huge fan of him, and not because of his high school years on Coney Island, because I didn't catch that. I was in the military. I caught his year at Georgia Tech. That's what I caught. You know what I'm saying? So if we can maybe maneuver that and get him on, that'll be super dope. And if he want to put something like some type of charity, just plug something, you know what I'm saying, to get somebody to support one of his charities or something, man, that'd be dope. But if he talking about me greasing his palms, no, thank you, dog. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? For a couple of reasons, But What if we can? If you want to, man, you want me to work on that, or you feel like you can.
I'll reach out. I'll reach out to him and see if I can
Okay.
hit him up. But
And
I tell you
and
what though, it's some guys out there that probably would do it, man. Like some like Langston Galloway.
right,
Langston would probably come on, man. Langston's a cool dude.
I like
right,
him.
right. But I slander him a lot. I slander him a lot on this show. If he go back and look at the tapes, like when y'all be saying let's wait on Frank Ntilikina, and I'll be like, oh, y'all love those old point guards. Like y'all don't want Russell Westbrook, but y'all want Langston Galloway, Torrey Murray, probably.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Slice them up with that.
So
Let's revisit that list and cross
all I
those
can
dudes
tell
off.
you is if you invite John Starks on here, I can't be on, man.
Why not, dog?
I can't be on, man.
Why not? Yep.
I can't be on. I can't be
Why
on.
not?
Hey, for
I'm not over that.
John Starks ain't guaranteed, man. To be honest with you, I reached out to John Starks a couple of times, and I hadn't heard anything back. So I think I don't know if he's too busy or maybe he felt like we ain't big enough yet. So I mean, but the thing with Ray Felton, I know Ray Felton through word of mouth. I don't know him, but through word of mouth, they say, man, he's salt of the earth. You know what I'm saying? They's like one of the nicest dudes you ever want to meet, whether basketball or not. You know what I'm saying? So, it's one I'm gonna try to reach out to Ray and get Ray to come on the show, reach out to his people or whatever. I think because I think this right here is a perfect way for us to understand the Carmelo D'Antoni years, like what really happened. Maybe we can get like an insider's perspective about what happened, and let him tell it on his terms. Ray, come on, Ray, come on. So anyway, hey, y'all give me some ideas, and if they feasible, we'll see what we can do. But if it's not feasible, I'll just be upfront with you, like, no, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I have an idea that current NBA players or current professionals will be unattainable for us because of what it requires to get them on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but others that have been, but we'll just work on that.
All right.
Big OSO said J.R. Smith will probably have some stories with Melo being what? Man, nah, I don't know. I don't know, man. If y'all want, if J, I just listen. I want to give the people what they want, right? But at the same time, I still want to keep it organic. I like the feel of all of us coming on and it feeling like family, feeling like homies, just talking about the Knicks.
Kicking it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to get money on, and then all of us get big time, and it'd be a bad experience for us. I ain't want that. So, but anyways.
Start with Steph and what you call it, Ray. You know what I'm saying? Start small. Once you got that plug, they'll. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. You know what I'm saying? Because some of this is favors, and some of it is getting in contact with the right people at the right time. So if we say we work on like a Steph or Ray Felton or somebody, it's not guaranteed that they'll be on in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Right. You know what I'm saying? It might be like, months in the process of us, working and getting them on. And so I don't want to frustrate our people with us saying that we're going to get such and such. And it might be like 2 months down the road. So when I tell you, hey, we'll work on it, just be patient with us as we work through the process. So a lot of this stuff I do via email. And sometimes it takes days for us to kind of go back and forth and link up or whatever. So,
so you never gave us a surprise, man.
The guess?
No, I'm saying No. You asked us what is a surprise move for Leon Rose.
Oh, surprise move for Leon Rose. I think they're in the hunt for James Harden.
What? Word?
Yep. That would be the surprise move. I'm not saying this is true. I'm not saying this is true.
Wow.
I'm saying I think that might be the surprise move. And don't ask me, don't say, well, what have you heard? Because I'm not an NBA insider. All I'm doing is linking the dots together. You know what I'm saying? Like this Russell Westbrook thing is moving mighty slow. You know what I'm saying? Houston, y'all are asking us for all this stuff. What if we upgrade this stuff some and y'all give us the other guy? Is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
if you ask me, if you had James Harden by himself in the locker room on the right, and all the Knicks in the locker room on the left, and you ask me who I want to start a team with, I'm going to Harden, man. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm serious. I would choose the locker room with Harden because you can put average NBA players around him, and especially in the East, you winning 50 games.
You don't think he needs some help?
Listen, James Harden produces more than Barrett and Randall combined, and those are our best players.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right.
No doubt.
Hey, Teddy, I'm not selling dreams. I'm saying, if I asked everybody, what would be the surprise of the week? You know what I'm saying? I asked everybody that. You know what I'm saying? And then, so my surprise of the week is the Knicks kicking the tires on James Harden. It don't necessarily have to come true, but if the story ever leaks that the Knicks were kicking the tires on James Harden, guess what? I was right. You know what I'm saying? Even if we don't get him, and the story comes out in 2 months that the holdup was the Knicks were kicking the tires on James Harden, I guess right. So,
what was Kawhi traded for?
Ooh,
what was he traded for? It was DeRozan, and what else was it? I know Jacob Poeltl.
That big. Yep. And a first.
That's it. I'm trying to think about what realistically they could get, for Harden. And then Kawhi wasn't on no mammoth contract either, man. So then AD was traded for Ingram, Hart, Lonzo, and I think 4.
Yep.
I don't know what they're gonna get for him. I don't know what they're gonna get for him. But they said Brooklyn's willing to throw the whole franchise at him. Everybody except for Kyrie and KD, they said is on the block, and all the draft picks too.
Well, it's going to go one way or the other, either that whole stash or Kyrie. So either way, they're going to take a hit. Right. They're going to take a hit.
Well, they say Kyrie don't want Harden though. They say KD wants Harden, but Kyrie doesn't.
I'm pretty sure. You know how Kyrie's a little bitch about shit.
Yeah, Kyrie want that ball. That ball. That's why.
Kyrie's claiming Brooklyn. He feels that's him, so he's going to be salty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He the third. If Harden goes to Brooklyn, Kyrie is the third guy. Like real talk, he's immediately the third guy.
It ain't gonna sit well with him. It ain't gonna sit well with him.
2 MVPs, you the third guy, my guy.
I've been saying Kyrie to New York.
Nah, man, I don't want him.
Yeah.
No, man. Hey, Raphael, we can't have this conversation no more.
Yeah, man, I don't want him.
We can't have this conversation no more, man.
I threw in Kyrie. So you might be right, Charles.
But Freeze, you said it the other day. The front office is either in over their heads or they are like they're doing their business. Like it's one or the other because they're too quiet with shit. So either they're masters of the trade already or they're like, you know what I'm saying? They hit a wall like, oh shit, we on some shit.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think they're either genius or not.
Right.
That's where I think we are with this front office. Like either they're so smart and so well put together that they know the ins and outs of everybody and you can't pull the wool over their eyes. Or we're at a stage where the wool is over their eyes and they can't find a way to get from up under the wool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Excited, man. I'm excited because tomorrow gonna tell us it's gonna tell us a lot tomorrow because I mean, if you think about it, Brock Aller's from Cleveland, got a relationship with Cleveland, man. Give me Darius Garland, man. Find a way to do it. Find a way to give me Garland, man. Or find a way to give me that 5th pick somehow, man. You know, this the cap guy. That's why I keep saying Knicks fans, the expectations can't stay in the gutter. And I'm talking about the Westbrook trade, and they're saying, no, but I'm like, bro, you talking about Antonio McDyess? That was 16 years ago.
Right.
That's 16 years ago. What were we afraid of? The media gonna talk bad about us. They're gonna do that anyway.
Either way.
Right. I think they're nervous that Stephen A. Smith and Kendrick Perkins are gonna talk shit about the Knicks. Surprise! They're gonna talk shit about the Knicks regardless.
But Kendrick's trying to rock with the Knicks. Kendrick is like, yo, they need to get Westbrook, and I don't know about Stephen A. Smith. He's flaky, but Kendrick is like, yo, they need a star. They need that dude.
Right.
But you know what though? Let Russ go to Charlotte, and they're 4th, 5th seed in the East. It's gonna be laugh out loud Knicks.
Yeah, dogs. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I don't want.
Right.
That's what I don't want.
And not only that, don't let Russ go to Charlotte and then we draft Killian Hayes and he busts and Tyrese Halliburton winds up being a star. Oh my God.
Look, man, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, Tyrese Halliburton is gonna have an impact in the NBA. I'm telling you, this is very grandioso, but he's gonna have an impact like CJ McCollum in the NBA. Not the same style of player, but he's gonna be a certified bucket getter, man.
You say that about him. I feel, and a lot of you guys don't rock with him. I feel that way about Tyrese Maxey, man. I'm telling you now, this kid. I was peeping him today. He puts in 2,500 shots a day, but he has to make 2,000. He has to make 2,000 jump shots every day before he leaves the gym. The dude defends.
When I see him, I see a Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Minus the hops. And if they're trading down, it would not surprise me if that's what they're taking. If they trade down like the 14 or something like that, I'm like, oh, they taking Maxey all day.
Because I like Maxey a lot, man. I really do.
He's not a project. He ain't a project, man.
Project,
you know what you're getting. You know what you're getting, man. You're not gonna pay him $1 million a point like Frank Ntilikina, $6 million for 6 points.
Right.
No, man. Look, listen. I looked all the way back, and I stopped at the 79-80 season. Frank is the only Knick guard in Knick history to that point to play at least 20 minutes and average less than 1 free throw attempt.
Wow. That's crazy.
The only Knick guard to play 20 minutes a game and average less than 1 free throw attempt.
Wow.
How?
That is bananas.
Playing hot potato at the top of the key. That's how.
So let me do this. Let me do this real quick, JD. So if y'all like what y'all hear, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Like this video. We trying to grow this thing. It's a community thing. So Knicks at Night is just not a production program by Uncle Freezy. Knicks at Night is a community of Knicks amateur Knicks contributors. I'll put it that way. Not in the fact that they are amateur hour, but in the fact that they don't do it for a living. You know what I'm saying? That everybody in this thing, they legit bring Knicks content to the table. And what we do is we collab all together and just chop it up about the Knicks. Most of the time it's fun. A lot of times we argue. But what we do give is Knicks content that you don't get from other places. You know what I'm saying? So we're not super polished. And I don't put a lot of money into this. The main thing we do though is put a lot of passion in this shit. And if you passionate about your Knicks, and if you want to hear other people, going in about the Knicks, this is where you need to be at. This is your home. Subscribe to the channel and like these videos so that we can find those Knicks fans that feel the same way that's out there in the wilderness. They look for stuff like this. Trust me, I know this for a fact. They look for stuff like this. They are looking for it, but they can't find it because the YouTube algorithm doesn't put us in a place where we can be found. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. That way, those Knicks fans that are out there in the wilderness that's getting that over-the-top national Knicks talk from people that don't know how the Knicks feel about stuff, they'll find us, people just like them. So go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that we can continue to grow it. At some point, we're going to start getting out this merch. If y'all saw the new logos that we got, the Knicks at Night logos, the Knicks at Night podcast logos, we're going to start doing merch for that. And I'm going to want y'all to send me screenshots on social media from where y'all got the joints and y'all rocking them in different places so that we can grow this thing so it'll be huge. It ain't about Uncle Freezy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got a good life. I got a hot wife and a little bit of money, so I'm good. This is about me and my Knicks brethren. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. It don't hurt nobody. All it do is help them Knicks fans that's out there looking for stuff like this. My bad, J Deals. I didn't mean to sound like a telemarketer. Not a telemarketer.
No, you good, dogs.
Things that come on in the middle of the night, Raphael.
Infomercials and all that.
Yeah. I didn't mean to sound like an infomercial. I didn't mean to, but I'm passionate about this thing, man. I feel like it's a lot of Knicks fans out there that ain't even getting real Knicks talk. They just getting over the top dudes that can care less about the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? And then you got cats like Raphael who can legit do like 6 shows a day and love it. You know what I mean? So, I see you
gonna be lit, man.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's gonna be lit. I can't wait.
Hey, today, dog, it's
today. My bad. Today, yeah. My bad. Today.
So
man, I'm about to climb off, man. So, I'll catch up with y'all tomorrow, man. Hopefully.
Yeah. Hey, same time, and we're gonna be here. We're gonna be here tomorrow. All right, I'm sorry, today about 11:30. You know what I'm saying? Jumping on, raising hell about what we did or didn't do.
Get that plate glass ready, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, now I already got a plate glass window. I already got one. I already got a plate glass window in the living room. I told my wife, if we walk out of here with goddamn Tyrese Halliburton and Alfred Payton in our backcourt, I ain't even gonna bandage up. I'm just gonna get a running start, dog. If they say Tyrese Halliburton name, dog, I swear to God, I'm gonna video it too.
I did see where Ian Begley left the door open for Peyton to be back, man. I did see that.
Wow.
You breaking
my heart, about
dog.
it. If you don't trade for Russ, what else is out there? Reggie Jackson. I mean, like, is DJ Augustine really an upgrade over Alfred Payton?
Nah, I don't want to even hear that, yo. I don't even want to hear no DJ.
I mean, is he? Is he really?
What about Bledsoe?
It's gonna
keep bringing up Bledsoe. I can't mess with him.
Okay,
it's gonna cost.
George Hill?
That's $30 million. That's $30 million in your cap.
George Hill.
Is he an upgrade?
Right.
I'm gonna say the best available player minus Tyrese Halliburton. whoever we get. Y'all know I've been pounding the table for Aaron Nesmith. If we end up with him, fine. If we don't, fine. I just don't want to see something crazy like Patrick Williams over Aaron Nesmith or Tyrese Halliburton over Aaron Nesmith. So
we're gonna
I'm gonna get out of here. Anything y'all got before y'all sign off?
No, we good money, man. Good stuff, y'all.
All right, man.
All right, man. Check you later.
Hey, let me tell y'all this before y'all go. Man, y'all do an excellent job on this joint. In the chat and in the video chat. Y'all do an excellent job, man. And the reason why this thing is growing is not because of Uncle Freezy pretty face. It's because of y'all. So continue to come on, man, and do y'all thing. Thanks thanks to Bodega Wi-Fi and Sima Singh holding it down in the chat for us, protecting us from trolls. I appreciate y'all coming on, man. And remember, Knicks at Night ain't just me, man. It's all of us. So if y'all out there on y'all socials, just promote it some. If y'all feel like y'all know some people that'll enjoy this content, and I'll holler at y'all tomorrow.
Good stuff, guys. Holla.
All right, now.
All right.
All right, boss.
Peace.